Hey, this is Crow Inquisitors, episode 63, and we're going to do some speeching, and maybe an assassin is going to stab someone. We will have to see.
During the speech.
No. Yeah, during a speech, maybe.
Definitely none of us are going to be playing Helldivers.
Sure. There's definitely, this is definitely going to be an interesting episode because I have had a while to think about this, but was trying to go through the entirety of season 4 and because I made a timeline and wrote down all the events for season 1 through 3 back when we were planning on season 4, just so I didn't have to ever re-listen back to the episodes. I could just reference this document, right? And I'm trying to make sure I do the same for all the episodes that have happened in season 4 and 5. And I did not get all the way through before we're doing this episode. And so my notes are kind of all loosely scattered around different voice apps and documents, and I haven't collated them yet. So I have some scattered thoughts about what's happening here and what is going to maybe get, how things are going to throw down today. But we had a brief conversation before we began, and I think I have a handle on it now. We'll see. It'll be a little chaotic, I think, either way. So let's go ahead and do beliefs, and we will get started here. Connor, we usually start with you, but I see that Ezra is being rambunctious there, so we can start with someone else too. All right.
The world is more than blood and gold. I will increase my skill in the intellectual discipline.
Wow.
The world will not.
Those are your beliefs, Ezra?
Yeah. The world will not end, not on my watch. I will protect my friends from this new threat. I am a demon hunter. No. I am a demon hunter. I will find this new demon's weak spot.
Very good. And now we go back to muting. Very good. All right, Dellon, what do you got?
The saints have left, and with them the credibility of the church's current structure. I will use this opportunity to perform our faith. I will ensure the holy knighthood joins the Reformation. My father Faustus and Faustus have both thrown their lots behind my cousin. Yeah, that would have been weird. And yeah, my mom's wow, crap, what's her name? Never mind, it's not funny anymore.
Nirani?
Yeah, Nirani, yeah. I'd have been like pretty much every cringe OC ever. I'm half demon, half goddess. Yeah. First, I must determine where my sister has been taken, which probably won't happen, but that's okay. The mountains before us loom ever larger. I will beseech the great God to lend us the strength to defeat all of our gathered foes. Oh, wait, hold on. I keep forgetting. I get 3, not 4. Wait, no, I do get a 4. I'm stupid. Yep. Sorry, I'm coming over a flu today, so my brain is half here.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed. You have 4 beliefs.
Thanks. I just figured I could just make one about killing the guy because it's something we'll be working on. On my blade and my life, I shall hold the enemies of God at bay. Many great evils converge upon us, and I will see them ruined or die trying.
Cool. Very good. Alfons.
A change of leadership wasn't enough to stem the tide of corruption in the church. The whole institution needs to be torn down. I'll convince the king to take action against Seria with us.
Nice.
We are in the end game now, and that means all my training, come down to this moment.
Oh, whoops.
The assassin will likely come to kill me, and I must kill him first.
Cool.
Is there a reason that Alfons thinks he's the target?
Because I'm the only one with a...
Oh, right.
Because he's narcissistic and
that too.
Egocentric.
Yeah, because technically something to consider is that even though you guys are all the keys, all artifacts have all been activated, so technically none of you are needed anymore.
Oh.
Right? Like beforehand, they didn't want to kill you because you needed to activate all the artifacts.
We convince the assassin of that. Hey, we're not needed anymore. You don't have to kill us. We're irrelevant.
I mean, that might just make him even more likely to kill you.
What we should do is
we're expendable now. Don't kill us.
We should wait. The orb won't activate unless Alfons is alive because it's in him. Yeah.
If we convince him that we're so pathetic and that we're not going to accomplish anything, he won't waste his time.
Yeah, but
he will if you but then he'll try to kill H or something, and then you'll be like, oh well, we gotta stop you because
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Sorry, what's your last belief, Alpha?
The Harbingers will destroy the world, so they must be stopped. To do so, I must regain my magic. Maybe God can help.
Very good. And if he can't,
God's
no
gonna
one
help
can.
you.
All right, and then Theo.
I must transcend the sainthood to protect those I love and enact the justice of the one true God. I will strengthen my faith, meditation, will, and steel. There is one God, the rest are demons. I will aid Dellon in showing those affected by the God's absence of the light. I am destined to save the world. Each of us are necessary to this goal and must be done at all costs. I will determine who the assassin's target is and defend them, prioritizing Aisha's life over all else.
Very good. Okie dokie. So we talked about this, and last time we ended with Cantarius discovering that the whole city is filled with demons. Everyone and their mother is now demon possessed, and there is also a god who is demon possessed, who is rushing over the wall to enact whatever he needs to do. You were warned about this guy by members of the order, but you didn't know he was a god, and I don't think they did either. So, Cantarius, you did find out what god he was. He's the god of Milcadri, he's the god of fire and the moon. And he's a god of a distant Western pantheon, a people there that you're not as familiar with. And yeah, so I think we see Cantarius rush down the stairs because he was on the bell tower or whatever of this temple, and he rushes down the stairs, and he was going to go get Dellon to warn him about this so that you guys could decide what to do next.
Caleb, side note, did we ever explain why there was in my vision the people coming towards the city were lights?
Yeah. What's his name? Jarek, the main guy from the order who you've been talking with, did imply that it's been the order's job, the origins of the order were involved with helping the gods protect the world against these demons, and this make sure that they stayed in their prison. So it's likely that that's just what it referenced. It's just Jarek and Gerwin, and they were stars because they're part of this order that part of this original version of the order that wants to protect the world, right? So the stars
special.
Yeah, exactly. That's mainly what it meant to mean. And you don't actually know exactly what the stars above were supposed to be yet. You could imagine that it's the gods or something else, but they seemed beyond the clouds, right? They seemed like they were stuck and couldn't come to you from the clouds. So there might be something deeper going on there that Theo doesn't understand yet.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, are they actually
it's easy enough to just be it didn't. No, Cantarius did oral reading on them. They're not gods, right? There, that's not true.
In other words, nobody else in the city really is stars.
Yeah, it does seem like these are the stars that you saw. Yeah.
Okay.
Shooting stars break the mold.
Exactly. How did you get the metaphor that I was going for? That's the reference I was making the entire time.
The same movies when we were 10.
Yeah. So Cantarius, you rush down the stairs, and what does this look like? How frantic are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's Cantarius, so maybe a 4 for frantic.
yeah, fair enough.
Hey, by the way, he's coming.
Yeah.
And Dellon and Theo are getting set up here with all the faith healers and the clergy and stuff.
Yeah, so he runs down and he says, Dellon, there's some sort of what would Cantarius call this? What does he know about? Because I know we've talked a little bit about the meta of what this is, but what does Cantarius know? What would Cantarius think this is?
So from Cantarius's religious upbringing, you refer to it either as a steward or a patron saint. And you just be like, it's one of those, and they're somehow demon possessed.
Okay, yeah. So there's a patron saint that is demon possessed, and he's He's coming here. He's coming here now. He's in the city.
Are you sure? I don't even know if that's possible.
Dellon, I need you to believe me because we need to react to this fast.
And Dellon's like,
Well.
make an ugly truth roll.
Yeah. Do you don't have like a belief about convincing me or anything, right? It's okay if I don't.
No, I don't.
roll.
I think we all assumed that you were gonna.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I just didn't want to be like, okay, cool, because sometimes I do that to Jared, and he's like, wait,
Cool.
I have to roll.
Yeah.
Good for you, Cantarius. Good for you.
Well, I suppose, regardless of what it is, there's no better place for us to be than here to react to it. This is our only chance, one way or another. What we're doing here. So we'll just have to accelerate this.
So it's just like, okay, let's do the thing now.
Yeah. Although we did discuss having the Holy Knights here. So, I mean, that would be kind of
Up to you, right? Like I don't think you
right now, but
didn't you. I don't think you set that in motion last time.
I remember vaguely.
Because I have all of my
One,
notes
two-
from last session, and I wrote down everything that happened last session, and that
No, I don't think it was last session. I remember vaguely thinking or talking about, and I don't remember if I ever did it, but wanting to give the Holy Knights like an order. It was after Sergio had like quote unquote stepped down, like unofficially. I wanted to like give them an order and like see if it pushed, like see if Sergio held up his end of his agreement, if he was lying, right? Basically, I wanted to test Sergio by giving them a command. I don't know that I ever did that.
I don't think you
but
did. Yeah.
If it's all the same to you, could I have given the order retroactive? Like I can make a roll if you want, but like be like, I sent out an order.
We should make a roll, but that's fine. We can do it retroactively.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I do remember you saying such a thing. It just never got done.
Yeah,
So,
right.
that makes sense to me.
Sick. I don't know. So what is that? What kind of roll is that?
Yeah. So the biggest weak link here is Medetto himself, right? You failed a roll earlier to get him on your side against Sergio. And so right now, Sergio, I think the note I have, let me see if I can find it.
I think I did go there and tell him that Sergio was like basically not in charge, even though he was. I think I did. I feel like I said something like that to him.
Yeah.
Sort of hoping that would give him the lay of the land so he would know that being on Sergio's side isn't smart.
Yeah.
But
Medetto, you made a roll and failed. And so right now he's exactly like Sergio is, right? He's going along with what you're saying, but actually is secretly working against you, or at least like not truly believing that you're in the right here.
Yeah.
So waiting for a moment to maybe like side with Sergio against you.
Sure.
I think I think because you failed that roll, I think the big thing here is he's going to refuse the order. But I think we should make a roll basically along the lines of, do the Holy Knights get wind of this anyway and come regardless of Medetto's orders because you're Dellon. And I have
there's also what's again, I'm going to be bad with names today. The guy who used to be he still is a Holy Knight. He is, I think. He was the one I said should be in charge. And there are probably other Holy Knights that felt the same way. Maybe he can like.
I mean, you could just send him.
That.
Yeah, send Averio to get this message, right?
Maybe I send the order via him.
Yeah,
so that, like,
that's a good idea.
Okay.
Because I have something here. If you manage to succeed this, or if this roll, whatever is happening here is going to succeed, I have one of the things that will make or break the difference. Will be something in the background that's been going on for a while. So
yeah, can I make a command roll to have like created an order for him to have carried, like to help him basically?
Yeah. I'm trying to decide. So you have a belief for this? Yes.
Yeah, about getting the Holy Knighthood to join the Reformation, basically.
Yeah. Okay. This will definitely decide that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think command makes sense. I think it makes sense for you to just roll a command.
Okay.
We're kind of abstracting a larger series
Yeah.
of things here. So let's have the base be a command roll.
Sure.
And then you can figure out what forks you might be using. You can do a linked test with write if you really cared to, right? Like, because you're actually writing up an order. But I think.
Sorry, does he have good oratory or anything like that?
I was just gonna check. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna check now and see.
I was saying maybe he could make a link test for me, even though it's a little backwards. It makes I understand why to put the success on a player.
Oh, interesting. He doesn't have command himself. He has intimidation, ugly truth. Yeah, his
ugly
biggest
truth
skill
might make sense.
Yeah, his biggest skill is intimidation. He has intimidation at 8.
Oh, jeez.
Wowzers.
This is a scary old man.
Well, he's not an old man. Remember, this is Christian Bale.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the other guy who's like.
Yeah, Roriano is who you're thinking of. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you could get him up to help out. Like, if you really wanted to like circle sub all the people and bring them to whoever would help to get the Holy Knights on your side. That's technically.
Oh, sure. I mean, if that would help, yeah.
I think so. Let's do that first. Dellon, how do you make a circles roll for Roriano? Just see if you can. And I think the biggest thing here is he's been in poor health recently. I think failure here will be he's like dying or something, right? Like he's just he's too weak to get up.
Yeah. There's also a question of if Sergio has been officially revoked or not yet, which I think because we're not going to lean too hard on mechanics, maybe we shouldn't have that affected because that feels a little cheap. But because that might infect Medetto, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you failed the roll already. I think Medetto, in the past, I think Medetto's going to refuse just that flat out. It's just the question now is, do the Holy Knights? Because you could have had beliefs and stuff about like trying to get Medetto and slowly worked on him. You haven't been able to do that. So I think Medetto's still set in his ways and is just convinced the Holy Knighthood at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
So your beliefs do you have religious acolyte as a belief? Or sorry, as a life path?
I don't think so.
Isn't that one of the ones that you took? I'm just trying to decide how easy this
I do.
Roll is.
I do have religious acolyte.
Okay, perfect. And do you have born noble?
Yep. I have page, squire, and military order also.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think
which are probably like. I mean, I literally, if I remember right, built the only path to Holy Knight that you could do, like how Knight has pretty much one option. Pretty sure. So like pretty much every Holy Knight in the order probably has my exact life path.
Yeah. So Roriano is not a Holy Knight. He never was. He was a guy who trained the Holy Knights. Primarily in religious stuff more than anything else.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, shouldn't he be the best
he's
Holy Knight?
Like
I see. Okay.
A theologian and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think let's make this base. Let's make it ob 3.
Okay. Do I get stuff for my stuff?
If you want it, I can give you +2. If you need help.
You can? How?
Because I have 5 circles.
In the same circles. Yeah. You can do that.
Oh, sick. Thanks. Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, yeah, I think Alfons must have been taught by Roriano at some point. He was a terrible student of Roriano's. But...
Do I get all my juice from reputations and affiliations and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think you get
sick.
Get your let's make it ob 4 because this is it needs to be right now, like a really quick thing as opposed to whenever you can get to it. Like he has to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, with Alphonse's help, I get 8 helping dice. So
nice. Should be able to do it.
Being a bishop turns out helps sometimes. Or helps find people at least.
Yeah.
Probably still fail somehow. Yeah. Knew that was gonna happen.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
David,
I had 12
there's
dice.
No 6s too.
No, yeah. I had 12 dice.
Roll so bad.
It's so bad.
I've done this before, except I think that I had an ob 2 or 3, and I think I might have had about the same amount of dice. And I got 1 or 2 successes on that.
Can I use my call on trait for him?
No.
Darn.
Yeah,
People are just really discouraged.
How many
Pretty
fates you
gross.
have?
I have 6, but I feel like I'm
Do
gonna
you want to
need
spend
enough
one
of.
fate on a 1 in 12 chance?
Not really. This is just for Mendetto, or not Mendetto, the other guy,
For
anyways,
Roriana.
right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let it go because I don't.
Yep.
I'm gonna need, I think, all of that coming up here. I've got a lot of really important roles to make.
Yeah, so you know maybe like you could have called on Roriano, like it would have been great, but he's just too sick. Like and
that
we've
makes sense.
known that. Like anytime he's come up in the game so far, that's what we know about him, have known about him. So yeah, it makes sense. He wants to help, but just can't.
That's fair.
Okay, so you got a Vario. I don't know if there's anyone else really that could help.
Yeah,
Here.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Let me see. I wonder if Medetto has a. I might see if he has command because it might be like an opposed command.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him roll command in response.
Okay.
So I'll do this first to set the ob for you.
Sure.
So let's see.
Honestly, usually easier than setting an op or trying to beat an op.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's see. Okay, so he's rolling command. He'll fork an etiquette because, like, you know, you're not going through the proper channels here. Etiquette is on his side.
I'm the bishop. I make the proper channels. I have the proper channels.
He'll do intimidation and oratory, and I think that's all he has.
We talk about how if my child in this game is a son of a bish. A bishop.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's a joke you were making, Adam, because I couldn't hear you at all. But
from New Girl, he says Winnie the Bish.
Oh, okay.
It's just short.
You're right.
Yeah,
okay, I do remember that. All I heard was Bish, and then that got me to that joke.
Yeah,
but yes, I suppose if your nickname is Bish, the Bish.
Yeah.
And I'll you know what?
I don't know how I've never gotten there before.
This is about the most important thing Medetto has done in this entire game. So I'm going to
You're spend percenter, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You evil person.
So I'm also gonna give him an extra die for his like affiliations and reputations and stuff.
Well, that means I get some too, right?
You may get 1. Yes.
I get 1 for having 6 dice, and he gets 1 for having 1 or 2.
Technically, I haven't updated his character sheet in a while. He'd probably have a different than what's actually on his sheet. Either way, it's basically just the idea that like he has this position and has a reputation about it.
Do you not get a dice for each? Because like, I mean, if I only had 1, I'd still get a dice, right?
So it's like, just advantage die, right? Like that's what I'm offering here. It's just like in this general situation, you having a reputation or affiliation. Sure, David, I will give you 2 dice.
Okay.
It does seem very unlikely that people would side with Medetto against Dellon.
Yeah. And the first thing I said was a joke. The second I was serious. I did think it was more like a, you know, if you have both, then you could get 1 for each. But...
And I think it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and have him like just clear out his persona here. He's gotten a few as things have progressed.
Gross.
So, and we'll go ahead and roll that now. Oh my gosh, so bad.
Well, to be fair, he didn't have. Wait, maybe he did. No, he had more dice than I was gonna say he didn't have 12 dice and get a 2, but he had 13 dice and got a 3.
All right. Well, he is rolling.
Coloring the session towards a certain way already.
We're getting all the bad luck out of the way. Well, although this was Caleb's bad luck, so
get all the bad out of the way before Adam has to make his faith roll.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, we can't have this happen on faith roll. No,
so I will definitely spend fate on this, but we'll just have you roll first because technically, you know, it won't change the final ob for you. Rolling the dice. So do that first, and you could get even worse somehow.
Technically, that is possible. Yeah. I know you put that evil on me, but yeah. All right.
Averio, is he just doing like intimidation, do you think? Is he adding that?
Yeah, maybe just, you know, telling people who speak up that they're dumb. And, yeah.
Right.
Know, throwing his weight around.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can get 2 dice then from him.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Because he has an 8 in intimidation.
Right. Yeah. What a monster. Okay. So what can I fork in here? Instruction? Is that part of
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
If you had a longer timeline here, then maybe.
Okay. Can I do oratory since I'm creating something that's meant to be read aloud, even though I'm not reading it myself? All right.
Yeah.
So, intimidation.
Sure. Yeah, if we're letting Medetta do, or Averio do it, then yeah.
All right. Outnumbered wise. Persuasion?
Yeah. It's in
Sword
your best
wise?
interest.
They all have swords.
No.
I don't know what he's rolling, but I assist him with persuasion.
See, faith is like a sword. See,
There you go.
the sword of the spirit.
Jared,
There you go.
Dellon is rolling basically to convince the Holy Knighthood to join the Reformation here and go against Medetto's orders, the guy who
I
got
tell
in charge of them.
That if they don't come with me, I'm going to officially induct Alfons into the Holy Knighthood.
That's hilarious.
But
yeah, I mean, we've described Alphonse able to like give people pointers with his, before, like when people have done this sort of thing. So that's fine. You can give him some dice, Alphonse.
Oh, really?
2+2 for persuasion.
Thanks. All right.
It does seem very unlikely to me that people are actually going to side against Dellon here. The Holy Knights love you.
Could happen. Yeah, I hope so. Doctrine or Suasion, either of those, since they're Holy Knights.
You can do Suasion.
Okay, cool. Said I could fork in right? I know you said I could make a linked test.
You can make a linked test if you, yeah.
Okay. And then I've also got 2 from, I don't know why everyone's name is Mendetto right now when I try to speak. 2 from the Holy Knight and 2 from Jared.
Yeah.
Gross. Okay. Here we go.
Your job is 3 for now.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I guess he'll bank his fate on a ridiculous chance, but he's going to be irrelevant after this roll, basically. So might as well. Okay, so he needs to get 5 successes. I believe he is the defender here. So if he ties with you, I think he does succeed.
That's fair.
But he has 3 dice to work with. He needs 5 successes. Wow, that is he got all successes, but yeah, still not enough. No sixes. Yeah. He had a valiant effort for Medetto, and like I'm trying to think of what Medetto does here, right? Like, because probably what happens is Medetto like comes out, tries to tell off of Averio, right? And he's like, no, get out of here. Like, these are my men.
Yeah.
And I think we see a couple of people, a couple of dudes who they look familiar somehow. We're not entirely sure. But in this exchange, I won't play it all out, but basically we get like a, no, sir, we will not listen to your orders, sir, like from these guys. And Medetto's like, what, like, who, like, how dare you? Like, who's speaking? And then they both reveal themselves as like Oberdon's sons. Do you remember way back at the beginning of our seasons here, season 4, where Dellon was trying to convince that noble to like side with him in the church and all that stuff, and you're like, let's get your sons in the Holy Knighthood. Like they can do some good there.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
Some of his other sons did join the Holy Knighthood, and we see them standing up now and being like, no, like we are intimidated and fear and respect Dellon. He killed our brother. Like, sorry, sir, we're not going against him, sir.
That's funny.
And so if you'd failed this role, they would have been the ones who he killed our brother. Let's get him. Yeah. But I think that's the deciding factor here.
Okay. Yeah.
And so Averio leads them out of the Holy Knight Yard or whatever, like they hang out, the Holy Knight Temple Island. Technically, I guess it's really only it's just on the same island. It's on from what we described, they're all on the.
I think so. It makes sense.
The Temple Island. Yeah. And so we see them march and rank right towards the temple, ready to get their boon.
I like, I'm sorry for the 80th time. What's the guy's name? The Holy Knight?
Averio.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Averio, I think I'd like to have him specifically tell Mendetto that he's like, after this is all gone, because this is kind of how Dellon is suspected. Dellon knew that Mendetto would resist it, right? And he was hoping that people would come. And so I think after all that, he told Averio to invite Mendetto to come anyways.
Okay. All right. I don't think. Okay. So again, no one's here for this. None of the player characters are here for this, so we don't need to play it out. But I think I'll have him make an ugly truth test to Medetto.
Sounds good.
And I'm trying to think of how complicated this truth is, right? He's basically going to say, Medetto, you have nothing now. Like Dellon's new world order. Yeah, Dellon's new world order is nigh. Like, but you can still be a part of it. Like, it's here's a question: Are you telling Averio like he's forgiven if he does this? Like, if he joins, he's forgiven from everything.
The idea was basically like, look, I get Sergio is very manipulative. Like he pulled the wool over our eyes for years, and like you don't have to I understand you're doing your job, you're a good man, and you just have the wrong leadership. So
I think Averio, because his skills are more in line with like ugly truth and intimidation, I think he will spin it slightly less as forgiving and more like, listen, buddy, like you can join us right now, this is your last chance. If you don't, you're officially an enemy, right?
Yeah, I like the idea that he reads what Dellon wrote, like, which is really heartfelt and like deep, and he just reads it really quickly and then tosses it to the side. He's like, all right, look.
Yeah. And I think like Averio, most of the time we see him as like a not a kind individual per se, but like he's rather quiet. He's genuine. He has cared a lot about Dellon, and he's spent most of his time in the game so far protecting your wife from possible assassins.
He's like the only person I've trusted to
exactly
with my family.
But we see him now like get a really serious, solemn look on his face, and he basically just says like, Medetto, you're one step away from oblivion here. If you do not join with us now, then there is no hope for you. You will be officially labeled an enemy of Ceran, an enemy of God. And I will personally ensure that you are not a threat to the people I care about. And he's going to make an ugly truth here. I still think it's probably a complicated ugly truth. Let's make an op 4. I don't think it's op 5, like the most complicated it could possibly be. Right. But we'll do op 4 for like a complicated political situation.
Yeah.
I'll have Averio fork in intimidation, but I'm not sure there's a lot else here. I'll have him fork in bureaucracy too.
Does he get an advantage die from the situation?
We can give from the successful command that you just did. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So there you go. That's his dice. To op 4. Oof.
Rough.
I got 2 6s.
Oh, hey, he can do it. Can I spend a fate for him?
And no, but he has fate to spend.
Okay.
Okay. Remaining knob, 3 dice. Hey, nice. You got another
Sick.
6.
Wow, what is happening?
Very good. Okay, yeah. So I think Medetto.
Well, it's not true.
Medetto sheepishly joins. I don't know if he like truly believes everything that's happening yet.
Yeah, I think that it'll probably require a conversation with Dellon before he actually feels like he's there for any reason other than being threatened.
Exactly. But for now, he's there because he's been threatened and he doesn't want to die. So he shows up. Okay, cool. So any other things that need to happen before we make the roll to connect everybody?
I don't think so. Sorry I take up so much time, everybody.
No, that's fine. Dellon has been constantly sidelined throughout the last few sessions, so I'm glad we're getting some time for him.
We haven't had a lot of people to kill, so,
Yeah.
No, cool.
Yeah, okay. So let me just double check your guys' beliefs and stuff. I think before we do this, Alfons. Guess maybe this is after. You have your convince the king. But I don't know if there's enough time at this point. I don't know if they would delay it any further.
Sorry, convince the king about what?
To join with you against Sergio.
Oh, well, that doesn't have to be right now, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. I was just double checking to see if there was anything else. That.
Yeah, what time is Dellon doing his speech? Because I was gonna just have him like show up at the speech.
Yeah. I think there will be some time between. I'm not sure what the timeline looks like here, but I think maybe late morning, middle of the day, right now doing this stuff, and then maybe in the evening he's called the city together for a speech. So the people are probably, or like the masses are probably already making their way towards the place where everybody hears a speech, near the noble quarter. So, but I think there will be some time between this roll right here, the connecting roll, and that speech. So, to do any of the last preliminary stuff you need to do. So yeah, I guess we probably just do the connecting thing, unless I guess Cantarius, would you be doing anything before that?
No, I think I already did the like. I mean the main
Look
thing
at the
that
city, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Theo, it's time to make a faith roll. If it fails, this is going to be really bad. But if I remember correctly, you just spent your last deeds last time, right? Yeah. So it is now officially permanently gray shaded. Your faith
Let's
is
go.
Sick. Also, I have the deeds now, right, for deposing Sergio, so I could use mine now.
Well, you haven't done it yet.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
How many
there's still
help
some
and
steps there, buddy.
advantage do I have?
Yeah, that's the question. You do have some of the faith healers still remaining. There are still some people who already had their connection to the great god. I'm trying to think. How many dice did we give you guys before for the whole group?
You guys was like last time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was it?
I thought it was like 12, but he said 8. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
it was
right.
12, yeah.
It might have been 12 with like Acha and Dellon. I think
it might have been like all the help. Yeah.
The
that
total
sounds right.
I think I'll give you let's do 4. 4 help from 4 different people basically. With 4 or lower in faith.
And you get 2 each from Dellon and Achia.
Yeah, I was going to say that Dellon and Achia can help you, but I think that's it, right? I think that's all the...
Can I use the orb?
I don't think so. I think like
versus magic thing.
Yeah, like technically, I think in the way we've been treating faith up to this point, it's kind of magic,
Only faith.
but I think especially in this particular situation, this is like I don't know if calling on the great god is the same thing. I think if it was a patron saint, I think then for sure you could boost it. Like if someone's just doing faith to the patron saint, but I don't think to the great god.
Can I do well, I guess I'm helping with faith, so I probably can't do a faith roll, can I?
I don't think you can do faith to faith either.
Face to face. I don't know why. For some reason that sounds like face to face, and it's
face to
fine.
face, yeah.
But anyways, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think you can do a faith roll to give dice to a faith roll.
Can I know the ob before I use any persona?
I mean,
if the ob is less than 8, then I'm not using any persona.
I want to compel.
It's not less than 8.
You're supposed to know the ob before you roll, right?
I just want to know whether or not I can make it difficult or not.
Oh yeah. You get to decide that before you roll.
I thought the rule was like if you ask the ob, you have to roll.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, but you don't have to spend persona before you know the ob. And that's what he's saying.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and when you're putting it in the fields, yeah, sure. I see what you're saying. I don't know. It's definitely not anything less than Ob 7. Okay, so here I'm gonna read these off to you guys.
I got 10 because I got 6 plus 4.
Well, what's the major miracle? I mean, I assume
major miracle is Ob 10.
Right? Yeah, that, right?
There's also inspiration, which is Ob 7. A priest may call upon his deity for a revelation or knowledge. And then intercession, Ob 8. This mighty miracle brings the hand of God down to pluck the devotee from danger.
Well, I mean, it's at least 8. It's definitely not just
not knowledge because we're more like giving, like asking
it's
for
too
power.
direct.
Okay, I think it's just a miracle then. This job.
I kind of think so too. It's also more long-lasting than just. I mean, I don't think it should be permanent, but it's more long-lasting than just like ushering you out of danger.
Yeah. So what is the final intent here? Is it just to connect everybody's magic to the great god, or is there something else that we want to add on?
I guess this is sort of up to you. I know we talked about whether or not that means more than just the basic having dice, right? Which is personally how I was feeling, but it doesn't matter necessarily.
I would be fine, especially since we're doing Ob 10 Miracle. I would be fine with doing it like similar to what we did with Theo when he did his faith to get the great god in the first place for his faith.
Right.
Where he's very powerful to begin with, right? Like he was, I think it was like a temporary gray shade that he did.
Yeah. And then it like is permanent, but it's not as it's crazy.
Yeah. So for everybody else, I think maybe it lasts just as long as a temporary gray shade might, sort of thing. And maybe it is a gray shade. Maybe it's a temporary gray shade. Everybody's faith, or magic, who gets this, right?
That'd be cool.
That could be fun. And then we could have the cool like fire above everybody's heads thing from Axe, right? Like kind of going on. Does that sound good to you, Theo? Because you'd be asked for the same thing, right? You'd just be like, we need to give these people hope. We need to connect their magic to the great god. Like everybody needs faith in the great god. And then that rush of power just happens to boost everybody a bit when it comes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so I think you get 2 dice from Dellon, 1 dice from Achia, faith-wise. Let me check.
Does Achia not have 5 faith?
Oh, I think she does. Sorry, she probably does give 2. Let me just check.
You said 4 before, so if Dellon gave you 2.
Yeah. So it would be 3 from 3 random faith healers.
You
who
said
still
4
have their
from
magic.
random faith healers. It was 4 and 4.
Did I? Yeah, 4 and 4. That's what I'm saying. You get 8 dice total.
Well, hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
You get tests when you help people, right?
Yes.
And it's based on the ob.
It is based on the ob against your dice.
It's gonna be a routine though.
Your exponent then.
If it's a 10.
Well, for you it will be, not for Dellon.
But yeah, because because it's help. It just compares your stat to the thing. It's weird. But I'm asking because I've needed one challenging forever, and I've been part of like 2 or 3 of these ob 12 things, and I only have 5, so I should have gotten like 2 or 3 of those, right?
Yeah. Were you helping Theo when he made his?
I'm pretty sure I've helped with all of them because I'm not good enough to make any of those. I helped Achia I was going to. She died. I helped it. I guess maybe I only did 1, but I only needed 1. But I definitely helped at least once.
Wait, so it does a 2 versus a 10?
Yeah, it does. It just compares your stat to
when you're
the ob.
Yeah, when you're helping someone else with it, because you don't have the same dice pool as the person rolling, you just take your exponent in it.
Well, it's actually I'm the person that's going to be making the faith rolls anyway. So I don't,
yeah, it's actually a much better way to
it's a good way to farm.
The hard tests to help other people do stuff that is really crazy.
I'm trying to remember what that role when it might have been Dellon, because I think what you did actually is you helped Achia do. Because I don't think Theo had faith because he had to reconnect to the great god. Wasn't it Achia who did
whoever
that
revived everybody in a great show of enormous light and fireworks, I helped with that. Whatever.
Oh, no, that was you,
the main
Theo.
one.
Yeah,
no, because Achia was dead. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And she brought her back to life.
Okay,
yeah, it must have been.
Achia did a roll 2 as well.
If she did, I don't think it was a challenging. Like, I think it was lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of a possible... Because you haven't done 3 difficult since then, right?
No, I've had 3 difficult for like a while.
And you've had 5 faith for like the entire game. Yeah, okay. Upgrade your faith, my dude. There's no way that you haven't upgraded it by now.
Sick. Okay, thanks.
Cool. I also realized Averio has faith. So
cool.
So he has faith in the great god as well. So
how much faith?
He has 6, so I believe that gives
sick. All right.
So that's 10 dice that you're getting extra, Theo.
It's better not.
Oh, also, just so you know, Persona doesn't count as an increased die pool.
Okay. I'm not going to use it because it's not going to matter because I got 10 dice, so it's still going to be routine.
Yeah, but the ob is 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I already have 6, so wouldn't it be way over?
You have 16 gray dice to 10. That's pretty solid. It's not guaranteed. Did you see
how many Persona do you have?
4.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm saving it for others.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
At least you have gray. It's much better.
If you fail now, then we'll all know why.
Yeah, I
To be
should spend
fair-
one just to say I tried.
Yeah, you-
if you
you
fail
do that.
now, I don't know what we're doing. So
Right.
I'll spend one, right?
I wish I could
Yeah.
spend them for you. But
Don't say I didn't do anything.
Are you saying Fate or
Yeah.
Persona?
Persona.
Oh.
Persona first, Fate is after.
I'll
You can only
spend
spend-
one to say I put
Yeah,
some
yeah.
little effort into it.
I tried. Give it the old college try.
Okay, 10. That's what? 6, 10, 17.
Yep, 17 with the 1 Persona.
Oh no.
Yeah. I
Oh
had a feeling that's
no.
happening. But you
I
got 2
knew it.
6s.
They're automatic reroll, aren't they?
Yeah, they
but-
are.
Oh, never mind. That's right.
Yeah, so you can. Okay, Theo.
Oh yeah, no, they actually might fail.
You can spend 1 fate point, and it's a 1 in 12 chance. I think we need Jared to do this. I think Jared needs to go on your sheet and click these dice for you. Otherwise, it's gonna fail.
Dude, don't put this on me.
You're the only one who reliably does this.
Ugh. I don't have access to his character sheet anyway. I only have access to Connor's for some reason. That's why
But you gave him bonus dice for HE, right?
Yeah. He
Okay.
had them all in there. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, someone needs to roll fate, but Adam, do you want to do it yourself or?
I want Jared to roll it.
Okay. Yeah. So put in two ob needed one die.
Connor, use a determination or whatever.
Oh,
use your
yeah.
call on.
Oh, well, you can do this first. Fate is the easier way
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
do, right? But that's true. You're right. Cantarius is here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
Oof.
There we
See
go.
what would have happened for me.
Oh, hey, technically, that's why I asked you to do it on. So that actually would have been a success, because it's
This
a
is
3.
gray.
Yeah, it's gray shaded.
Oh yeah, I don't have access to his character.
Yeah, I would have failed too.
Oof.
Oh yeah, we need to make sure yours was. So as a note, whenever you do fate on something that is gray shaded, you'll have to change the shade of your of luck there in that field
Oh,
for it to be
temporarily.
right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you have 9 successes against 10 ob, Theo. Cantarius, you do have Aura of Determination, so you could.
Wait, how do I have 9 successes? This is 8.
Because Alfons rolled a 3, which is a success for you. It just wasn't gray shaded, so it didn't count it as a success. So I do believe that you're right.
How can he make me re-roll?
He has the Aura of Determination,
He has-
which lets everybody reroll in an effort.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
But hold up though. Adam, you didn't spend any persona though, did you?
I
I
did.
spent 1.
Spend 1.
Oh, and you missed it by how many?
1 success now. 'Cause you
Missed it by-
fate.
Oh, missed it. Oh, you only missed it by 1 success now.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he spent a fate.
You had
I
2
got 1.
persona that you could have also used. So it sounds kind of like you did this to yourself, though. So.
No, I spent 1 to show that I put some effort into it.
Yeah, but not 110%, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the anime moment, man. You got to use
Well,
every.
You got to go. plus
Isn't just a
ultra.
persona an extra dice?
Yeah.
It could have failed. Yeah, he's just.
I
being
rolled
difficult.
a dice and I got 0 successes, so I wouldn't have got it anyways. I'm telling you.
So the only question here is that we do need a reason for Cantarius to be the one to instigate this Aura of Determination. Like, why is he's standing? This is a really important question. Cantarius, you've had a really interesting relationship with God for your entire history as a character, with God and morality and all of that stuff. Like, I could see a version of this scene where you can't give your Aura of Determination because you just don't feel connected to this. Like, you have,
Or maybe
you know,
he wants it to be true.
that's what I'm wondering. I think we need to know that from
I mean,
Cantarius. We need to know
if it's
why
not
this
true,
is happening.
we're all dead. So
Yeah. I think it's completely up to Connor. Like, he has to give a good argument here.
Or we're just gonna pack
but-
all our own stats and be like, I'm gonna pray for myself, and that's all I can do.
just break off into
Yeah, right.
small groups and
yeah, it is. Yep. Although to be
Most
fair,
dedicated among us.
Connor whatever your name is, Cantarius was there
yeah.
when Achio was a puddle of goop and then not a puddle of goop anymore. So if nothing else, whatever we're doing works. So I don't know.
It's not a question of that. It's just like I don't know. Cantarius, like this involves Cantarius being engaged in what's happening here pretty extensively, and I don't like it sounded like he was just standing in the corner of the room, right? So we need to know what that looks
I
like.
feel a non-believer in our midst.
Right. And literally, if Connor decides he wants this to fail, that could literally be the reason. Is Cantarius is just standing there as a cloud of darkness, like I can't, right?
No, I mean this is Theo's role, and one of Cantarius's big things is like, or has been, at least I've been hinting at. He thinks Theo should be the Pope because clearly he's got more spiritual stuff going on. So yeah, I think he would help Theo try and make this role.
Yeah. So what does that look like?
I don't think he necessarily is like bridging or like answering the question for himself of like, oh yeah, gods exist or whatever, or they're good or deserving of praise. I think he's just like, this is my buddy Theo, and he deserves the recognition of his spirituality.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe we just see Cantarius, like, as they're all deeply in prayer, just walk across the room and then, like, put a hand on his shoulder.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
How do you change something from gray shade to...
Yeah, so next to that area where you can click on the fate stuff at the top, there's a B.
So, Connor, I'm looking forward to the next season when Cantarius and Theo fight against Alfons and Dellon for the Pope ship.
Everyone, it's just a battle royale. You go back to the Colosseum and everyone has to fight each other to be the Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Adam, there you go, you found it.
Okay. It needs to be B.
It needs to be G. Because it's gray shaded. Yeah.
The reroll is gray shaded?
Yeah, you're just re-rolling your dice. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. You re-rolled one of those failures and it was a success. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice you're re-rolling.
All right. If you don't get 1 in 10, you're cursed.
So yeah, ob 1, 10 dice.
What are the
gray
odds of
shaded?
Getting none, Caleb?
Now,
Wow.
You got more than the original roll.
That's hilarious. Wow.
By 4 successes.
Game's trolling me, man.
You got so many 6s.
Considering how insane that is.
Like extra oomph, and then all of a sudden it's like, we got extra.
Theo should just become God instead.
No, that wasn't to ascend yet.
But that was a 20.
There's not an empty spot in the Pantheon right now.
Let me think.
I'm working on it. I'm trying
the whole
to
Pantheon is gone.
here.
All the spots are empty.
20 successes.
20.
Yeah. No, 20. Actually, technically he got 9, so 21 successes.
Do you remember when Alfons and I had like a 20 plus successes against each other on sword fighting? That was pretty good.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. Anyways, it doesn't matter because even if it was this way, he would have still got it with just those dice. But isn't his determination thing? I don't think it's a regular call on, right? You reroll the whole thing, don't you?
So the way it works is you and anyone else in the room in a concerted effort reroll a test. So if anyone else was making a roll involved in this, then they would also get to reroll. I think it makes sense that this is a collective effort by everyone anyway. They're just helping.
No, right. But I mean, like, he just rerolled his fails, right?
Yes.
Either way, I mean.
Yeah, but you reroll the whole thing, right? That's what I'm saying. I think it's not a normal call on. Yeah, I'm saying either way for this roll, it doesn't matter. I mean, he only rolled his failures and he still got the whole thing, so it doesn't matter. But like,
I don't think that's. But I do think that actually we didn't need to roll because it makes them auto. No, deeds makes them auto successes. That's what it is. Yeah.
But I remember looking at this, his specific or determination, and thinking it wasn't the same. Like I said, it doesn't matter. He rolled less dice and got all the successes he needed. But
yeah.
So I don't think we should change anything. For future reference, I think that it technically is a total reroll, not just failed.
Yeah, it says This trait allows the character and everyone within his presence to re-roll one test in a great effort.
Yeah, so you're re-rolling the whole test instead of like
Whole
an
test.
actual call on where you just re-roll the failed dice.
I think that's the description of a call on.
Is it?
I don't think that's
I thought
that's
call on
different.
specify.
I think we dealt with this again.
Yeah, we had this conversation, and I could have swore that it was. It doesn't matter. I was just for future reference. I thought we might want to.
Yeah,
but maybe it won't matter. Maybe it won't come up again.
Maybe not. Let me do a quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything immediately, but I don't think that's the way it works.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Doesn't hurt my
it's
feelings.
reroll all the failed dice, I believe. So, but I don't think it. I don't think it matters for this roll. So
No,
I
it
guess
doesn't
I'll
definitely
look
matter
it
for
up.
this roll.
Yeah. I'll look it up in between sessions.
So since Connor rolled
yeah.
determination, I want to roll persuasion on the god guy.
Oh, you want to be part of the aura of determination stuff that's going on here? That makes sense. Yeah, we do need to
roll persuasion on the god boy.
We do need to figure this out. So Dellon made a roll on you last time to ugly truth you into repenting, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much, I think. Yeah.
So I wasn't the assumption that would just open you up to this roll.
Oh yeah,
I think
I want something. I want to get something extra.
I don't think you have that skill.
What do you want extra?
I want to be his champion.
Okay, all right.
It sounds like bargaining. I don't know if you have that skill.
No, he does not.
Well, bargaining is if I offer him something in return.
Yeah, I don't know if you get to make the roll otherwise. I mean, that's up to Caleb, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But persuasion means you're implying something that way, anyways. Basically,
yeah.
God is doing something in His own best interest. I think that's always like it's impossible for God not to do something in His own best interest. Like I think by definition, everything He does, because He's in control of everything. So, I don't know what that looks like. What do we think? I think it makes sense that like because Dellon did his ugly truth on Alfons is able to just get magic here back from the great god, right?
I think this is just Jared trying not to break his ascension streak. I don't know. Yeah.
What are you thinking here, Jared? What do you? So champion, what does that mean for you?
Well, for later,
yeah,
basically, like be his like retribution on the other patron saints that are like abandoning.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I might just give that to you. I don't know if you have to roll it.
That might be a cool thing for Dellon and Alfons to do as brothers. Like,
I was thinking. I think
spoilers, I guess, but that would.
I think he might do that for all of you, almost, right? Like all four of you. Maybe not Cantarius, but at the least Dellon, Alfons, and Theo. It makes sense.
Look, I know you succeeded the role, Cantarius, but yeah, you don't get nothing.
Well, Cantarius didn't actually roll anything in that whole thing.
I know, I'm kidding. He's just the only reason it succeeded, so I think it's funny.
And Cantarius kind of by definition right now has the demon stuff as his
I just think it's funny. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I definitely do like the idea. I mean, Theo was already going down that road to be like, I will get justice on the patron saints for like abandoning us and like whatnot. But I do think it makes sense that like all three of you are like equally like in that path.
It could be all the Holy Knights too. We could have like an order of divine police.
God slayers.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah. That's definitely interesting. I wonder if it's outside the scope of this role though. Maybe like we're leading towards it.
Yeah, it probably is. Maybe that can be what happens if we survive.
Yeah. I
mean,
like that.
We all become like the I don't know what it's called in the Silmarillion, kind of all the gods or the what is the Aenor?
The Aenor,
it's kind of like there's like a council of gods that are below Iluvatar, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Whereas like we're very loyal to
And in theory,
the
that's what the
great
gods were
God,
supposed
we're
to
all-
be here.
We're like
Right.
replacing the current, patron saints because, like, yeah, you guys failed.
We got to make the pantheon filled with you guys by the end of this, obviously.
Yeah. But,
Okay, I like that. I think I don't think we're gonna go there now.
no,
That's fine.
I mean,
with you, Jared.
we have I think a good step for that because there's
Yeah.
literally a possessed god that we're trying to kill. So if we do that, then I feel like it makes sense to move on from there. So.
Yeah, I just don't know if it would be Alfons specifically, right? I think if anything, it would be all three of you.
Yeah. I'm just saying, equally. I feel like it makes sense.
No, I'm saying the same for Jared. Because
gotcha.
he wanted to make a special role here and stuff.
Yeah.
If that's fine with you, Jared, I think
I'm
down with
trying to take advantage of the fact
Perfect,
we have the reroll.
Yeah, and I just don't. I don't know if there's a whole lot to do here beyond. I think it's outside the scope of this role. That's what I'm saying, I guess. But I like that direction. I think we should take it in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think what does happen, as I described, right, is everyone gets faith who needs faith, right? Reconnects their faith to the great god. Anyone who has magic gets their magic connected to the great god. And it's gratiated, right? Everybody's faith in magic is gratiated for a temporary bit here. I'll let you guys know when it fades, but Alfons, you feel
so basically I get nothing out of all of this.
Theo, yours becomes white shaded.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, my faith becomes white shaded?
Just for now, just for a brief period.
Right.
Yeah.
Temporarily, right. That's okay. I do get something. Right.
Sick.
We'll start rolling, man.
Yeah. And so, I think, we get the flames above everybody's heads. Alfons, you feel this power course through you. And I think part of it is you don't fully understand what it means for you yet, right? There's still this kind of waiting period of I think maybe, if we're thinking about this in terms of actual Christianity senses, you've been regenerated, but maybe you haven't formally done the whole get baptized, join a church, that's still to come. You're in that new, very, very new, just got changed by the Holy Spirit phase of things. So you're just okay, I feel different, but I'm not sure what just happened, sort of a thing. And then from there, I think, right, we do any other preparation stuff you need to do before Dellon gets his big speech. And now he's going to have a flame above his head as he does so.
Nice. Awesome.
Holy flame. That sounds good to everybody.
I feel like now would be a great time to roll to become a patron saint. Maybe Jared's on to something.
I don't think so, because there is not a room. There's not room. Even though David implied maybe they didn't actually leave.
Yeah,
right?
I know they didn't actually leave.
Yeah,
so they're just not helping us.
They're still there. They're just not helping you guys.
But as soon as we kill that other guy, there will be.
There will be. You're right.
Except for that he's possessed, so maybe we should kill him.
We have one slot open. Because of a guy
who wants it. Fight.
Yeah, that's when
probably
we all start.
So one thing actually I did want to get before we move on from the scene though is Cantarius. You as this you're putting your hand on Theo's shoulder as this power starts flowing through the room and goes into all of these people. You do feel it pressing on the corners of your kind of magic sense. I think it's to a point where you feel almost as if you really wanted to, you might be able to open yourself up to it, but you're not sure what that would do to you. How are you responding to that kind of sense?
Being convicted.
How am I responding to the power up, you mean?
Yeah, to the power up though that's happening around you. You're sensing it. You can feel it kind of trying to fill everybody in the room, right? But there's obviously resistance happening with you. Not that it was specifically targeting you, but you can feel it pressing on the corners of your kind of dark cloud of hex magic here.
Holy water is burning it.
Right. The whole room has just been bathed in holy water and it's stinging you a bit.
It's stinging me?
Yeah.
You feel this you feel this pressure, right? Because Cantarius, you made a sacrifice, right? You connected with Gorath, got this weird kind of discordic thing going on, connected to the demon binding stuff, and had this darkness that's kind of powering up your magic, and it's kind of this light is pressing up against that cloud.
Oh dang! I feel like he resists it. Then he's like, oh man, if if I lose my demon powers, I won't be able to kill the demons.
Yeah. That's what I was
So,
figuring.
oh man. Yeah, he avoids the power up. Man, I hate not playing meta. Cantarius is sad meta arc.
Yeah, and I think like we even because so Gorath was with you, right? You had brought him here. And I think maybe we have like the whatever that butler guy was in the corner of the room holding Gorath while everything's happening, and we see him like look at you very intentionally, but you don't notice it because you're like, I think you had your hand on Theo's shoulder, right, Cantarius, and then it's that last bit of confidence that Theo needs to like really let the dam burst and like just have all the power break free. But as soon as that happens and you feel this power start to fill the room, Cantarius, I think you like let go of Theo's shoulder and like take a step back and you're like, oh man, goodness. And it's starting to press on this cloud, but yeah, like you intentionally like keep it up, right? You keep this cloud up. You don't let it get through. I think we see maybe like a dark tendril spiking up through the light of this room, and you're seeing all this in like aura reading sense, right? We see like a dark tendril spike through all of it and connect to the cloud above you, right? The dark demon biosphere, and there's just a singular spike that's kind of separating the light around you. Yeah, Cantarius resists it, and Gorath watches this happen and kind of shakes his head sadly.
You mean wiggles because he's only a head?
Well, he can shake his head.
Yeah, his whole
Got no
body.
neck though. Well, like
he just wiggles.
Yeah, he wiggles
because that's his whole body.
He has a little bit of a stump of neck, so he has some muscles that he could.
Yeah, because his head was like severed. It wasn't just like teleported. Just
there's just some
of his neck muscles.
Some muscles hanging down from his head, neck are just tensing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep, gross.
But yeah, so we see that scene there, and we could follow up with that at all if you guys wanted to. Is there anything else that needs to happen as an aftermath to that?
I think it'd be cool if Alfred walked over with Gorath and
butler guy.
What's the speech that Dellon has to give to? It's the people who are not faithful.
He basically to like the city in general, and he's going to basically say like, "Don't worry about the patron saints abandoning us. We have the great God. Here's proof of it. Also, the Pope is deposed." Right? New World Order.
Can I make another faith roll?
You can in a second here. Cantarius had an idea. So Cantarius, you like Gorath comes up to you, and like
no, Alfred does with Gorath.
With Gorath, yeah. Butler guy. I think his name is Lorenzic. Yeah.
No, his name is Alfred. All
right.
So you can call him GM.
Yeah. Gorath says, I'm not sure he says anything at first. He just like kind of gives you the look, right?
He gives him the look back. You look.
Keep it PG, guys. Come
on. Gorath says, "Listen, Cantarius, I didn't grasp the power because this is what keeps me alive. If I had done so, I probably would have been burned up into ash. I've only lived 500 years because of this power that I consumed. But you," and he kind of speaks a little softer because there's still people around, "the power is killing you. That could have been your salvation. Why didn't you take it?"
Because if I accept this power, I'll lose the power that will help me kill the demons in the future.
I don't know if you know that, I don't know if you know that, Cantarius.
And you know that I will be able to kill the demons and that my power will stay? I thought you said that power is keeping you alive. Who's to say if you take it, you won't just come back to life after?
I don't know the answer to any of those questions, Cantarius. I don't know which one will actually be. I don't know which one of those fates will befall you. But what I do know is that you were given a moment to choose a leap of faith. I hope there will still be a moment for you when this is all over. And he gets a little contemplative. I don't think there will be that choice for me. And you're reminded, Cantarius, of the sad old man in the desert that Gorath originally appeared to you as.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of. Yeah.
And as a note, I think like of all the people in the room, Cantarius is the only one who doesn't have a flame above his head, right? And except for like Gorath, right?
Reserve
Forensic.
Cantarius.
But like from everyone who was like in the circle, right? Like he's the only one who doesn't.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think I think Cantarius just like you and me both.
Hey, Cantarius, lean in. I'll just kind of like light your head on fire.
Yeah.
Get in here, buddy.
or like if Gorath would have, and he's just like a head, but he's got a flame above it.
The flame
Like, why
didn't
is my
pick up the
butt
head?
so warm? It's like hanging on your hip on fire.
I can't carry you.
Yeah, and then Cantarius, actually, I think to kind of underscore or to put a humorous end to the scene, because it's Gorath, I think we do have Gorath suddenly like kind of jolt up a little bit, and he says, what are you doing? Someone is touching me. Cantarius, this is uncomfortable. And then we get a hard cut to where his body is, and they're trying to. It's Ludwita and his body, and a bunch of ship like sailors, and they're like at a ship, and all the sailors are like, and Ludwita's like, just a moment. I know he has some money in here somewhere. I can pay for passage. I promise.
Like somebody's feeling me up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Gorath, like, we come back to Gorath, and he's like, I hope this is Ludwita. I really hope this is Ludwita.
Nice.
But yeah, what needs to happen before
the king
speech then? Yeah, king, yeah. Alfons, I think the moment you're about to like say like, okay, I need to go get the king, that's when you get a missive from the king. And it's basically along the lines of like, what have you been doing? Like, you're my advisor and bodyguard, and you have not been here for like
you
weeks.
have not come to work.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hey guys, I gotta go.
Your timing isn't fortuitous. Where are you going?
I'm gonna grab the king to be part of the speech and be
Grab
there.
the
and
king?
Give us his support and all that.
All right.
Yeah,
I
we're
suppose.
BFFs now.
Well, that's concerning, but
And Dellon looks down at the angry letter with like 5 exclamation points on every sentence.
yes, I see that. Well, you'll have to move quickly. I've arranged for this to proceed as quickly as possible. You need to
I
ride this
run
momentum.
as fast as I can to get us.
If only you could teleport. Wait,
I can teleport now.
You can teleport now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see you hop away, teleporting.
I teleport.
Oh wait, can he?
Yeah, that's what the whole point
lose
of
access to
Alphonse.
his magic. He lost the magic totally.
It's in the orb. So
It was in the orb. So I think things have gone back to normal. You've been healed of that.
Okay.
That
Cool.
ill. Yeah, you have power from the great god. It's gratiated now, for at least for now.
All right, so,
And all that jazz.
so maybe it's like he's the pressure has inverted, so now he's able to draw on the orb instead of it pulling from him because he's got so much juice.
Yeah,
Is that the
pretty
idea?
much.
So maybe it'll be a temporary thing for now, like a temporary fix or something.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure. But for now, Alphons, everything seems normal to you, and even better than normal.
Cool.
Sick.
I teleport directly behind the king.
Yeah. And
you touch your forehead and you turn into a bunch of black lines, and then you appear behind him.
So Valerio, who is again, as a reminder, played by Timothy Chalamet, the king of Ceran, the young king of Ceran. He jumps out of his skin as soon as you do that, and he says, "Alphonse, don't do that."
Good thing he's not going to the bathroom. Or something.
Would you rather me take an hour to walk here?
Yeah, and we get a shot of what's around him, and he's actually at the Colosseum right now. That's being like retrofitted into his palace, and it seems like there's been a lot of work done on it. And Alphonse, I think you even see like Antonius off to the side here, like giving some orders to some craftsmen. And Valerio just says, "Oh, sorry. What did you ask?"
Like, would you rather me take hours to walk here?
Right. It's like, no, but you don't have to appear behind me. How about you appear like, 5 or 10 yards away from me, so I kind of see you in the distance, and then you can walk up to me like
Might
a
be even
normal
creepier.
person.
Teleporting across an entire city is not an exact science.
And then walk.
One of these times, you're just going to appear inside of him and he's going to burst like a balloon.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's
Ooh.
thinking. He's like, really? Well, I definitely don't want you doing this then.
Well, I haven't exploded anyone by teleporting inside of them yet.
Always the first time.
Alfons, what are you doing here? No, never mind. He wouldn't have said that because he asked you. He's like, Alfons, what have you been doing?
Just converting all the bishops to our side, gaining the Holy Knights.
You mean yours and
legions.
Dellon's side?
Yeah, it's a potato.
He's like, I'm still not convinced you actually have my best interests in mind here. You've been gallivanting across the city doing who knows what, and haven't even kept me in the loop. You're supposed to be advising me.
Well, yeah, I'm advising. Why do you think I'm here? I'm advising you right now.
He shakes his head.
We're about to, make a big speech to depose Sergio. You should be there.
It would have been nice to know this, like, at any point before you decided to do it.
Well, we decided to do it approximately 30 minutes ago. You're one of the first to know.
Yeah, so I suppose that's not bad timing. And then, so he says, so you're deposing him. And then what? Dellon's the Pope?
Well, I want to get rid of the popery completely.
Potpourri.
And Dellon?
What did Dellon say to that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he agreed. That was my recollection.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was the problem, was you didn't have anything to roll about because...
you rolled about doing it now instead of doing it later.
Doing it instead of later, yeah.
He's a 100% agreement.
Are the people going to be okay with that?
It doesn't really matter.
Probably
but
not.
I don't know. Honestly, at this point,
ultimately, as long as there's like no war and food, people really don't care.
Well, and the other thing is like people are just
things to worry about.
Yeah, they're worried about having been abandoned by the gods. So Dellon's sort of idea here was that they're in a position now, more than literally any other time in history or in the future that they will ever have, that is the best to be like, yes, there were some mistakes made here. We can fix those right now. And have people be like, cool, I guess that's probably true. The gods abandoned us. This is sort of a bad thing. Well, this is probably the most malleable time people will be ever. So
it's one of those political situations where it's like, see, things are bad. I'm going to make a bunch of promises. No.
Literally a divine catastrophe. Like I can't get a better opportunity to,
Yeah. So Valerio is like, so what? You want me to? What does this new regime look like, Alfons? The church has been in control of things for a long, long time. Are you actually saying that I'm going to be in control of things now?
Is that what we agreed upon, David?
You did agree. You basically wanted a normal, like, healthy separation of church and state, where the church has its business and does its thing over here, and the state does its business and its thing over here.
Yeah, so he'll have charge of anything secular and he'll have charge of anything religious, basically.
I mean, I basically explained the concept of the separation of church and state.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's just like a persuasion test to like get him to believe you. Right? Like
he just come to the speech and believe that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He what he doesn't want to do is come to the speech, actually be wrong, and maybe be like assassinated on stage, and it's a revolution, right? Like who knows? He's like, I'm scared of Dellon.
We've already established that I could kill you whenever I want.
Yeah,
I'm sure that'll make it feel better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's the
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I do have haggling unlocked, David. You little fibber.
No, bargaining. It's a skill specifically for haggling with gods.
Bargaining with like spirits and gods. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an ob 7. His will is 5, but I think he has a couple beliefs that are like making him wary here.
Okay. Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add in etiquette.
How so?
I mean, I'm
Like this was pretty opposite of etiquette.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
we're
specifically
all-
teleported behind him. You've been incredibly informal. You haven't said your majesty once. Yeah, I don't think any etiquette.
I mean, what we're doing next is going to be etiquette. Like we're
yeah, I don't think so.
we're offering him a position to like, you know,
Uh,
speech.
no.
and all that.
I don't think you're gonna need it. I think it'll be fine.
Haggling.
You're not actually offering him a deal. You're just saying this is what's happening.
Sounds like ugly truth.
Well, if you don't come, you don't get the position.
Yeah, not enough. There's no negotiating happening here.
Okay. City wise and noble wise.
Sure. Yeah.
Court gossip wise.
I don't think so. I don't think there's been any particular court gossip that's involved here.
He's the only one who knows, apparently. So
Yeah.
We all know about.
yeah.
I keep wanting to say Trevor, but Sergio's.
You've called him Sigmund before, thinking that was the name of his character. So
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay. 3.
I will have to tell Trevor what befell of Sergio by the end
Yeah.
here.
The influential discipline.
You could. Do you have the influential discipline? Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got it.
That was the one.
You could make a roll. You can't fork it in.
Okay. I haven't used this one before. How do I do that?
Same as the other ones. It has advantage and stuff. That's probably what you would be doing here.
Yeah, I want 1 extra dice.
All right, let me take a look. I don't think there's any like extra modifiers here, but I'll check for sure.
I assume the influential discipline has 8 as a standard.
Yeah, it does. I just want to make sure there's no other factors here. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Let's see. You can fork in empathy to influential, by the way.
Honey,
So you want 1 die?
Well, what are the odds for each one?
It's 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, really?
2 for 1, 3 for 2, 4 for 3.
That's easier. Yeah, I'll do for 3. Or
For 2 dice.
Yeah,
Odd 3.
2 dice.
Mhm.
About 3.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fork in empathy, obviously, because.
Oh, I guess
awesome.
actually, sorry. The obs are 1 higher because you're doing it against someone that's not you. Or wait a second. No, you're giving yourself advantage dice. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna fork in empathy, and can I fork in essential and continuous? One to like bolster my mind, and the other to like give me the time to prepare. Spatial doesn't make sense, but those
yeah,
two.
spatial doesn't. Sorry, what was your argument for
Essential to like bolster my mind with magical
sure.
boosting capabilities, and continuous to like slow down time to like.
Yeah, that one was fine. Yeah,
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, op 3.
I'm gonna make that gray because it's gray right now. Oh, and I get 2 for the dude. I'm broken. Okay, so fine.
That's right. I'm putting you up against a god here soon. So
No, not Artha. He's up 3. I should have gone for another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got
So you get 2
5
dice.
total persuasion buffs.
Yeah, so ob 7. All right, because you have gray shade magic too right now.
Yep.
Nice.
If I get even more, do I get a better outcome?
Nah, it's nothing really. Yeah.
Okay, because I got 5 6s.
Cool. Yeah. So I think he says, very well. When is this address?
Right now.
Do you just teleport away with him?
Yeah, just grab his shoulder.
I don't think we need to roll for that. Like, it's not going to be interesting if you kill the king on the way. So, I think we can just do it. Very good. Theo, you said you want to make a faith roll in advance here.
I'm not sure. I basically just wanted to see if I could supernaturally create some sort of protection on Asia, because she
Yeah,
can't fight.
sure.
I want another situation like last time, so I'm like, maybe she needs a little bit of protection, like a little bit of shielding, a little bit of
that makes sense.
Extra power. It'd probably be too difficult to give us all that, but I was just like, she's not a fighter. She's not going to be much help if she, because like we really need to make that astrology roll too. So I don't
I'm
know
thinking this is
before the speech.
This is a pre. Sorry, what do you say?
I don't know if we have time to do we don't have time to do the astrology roll before the speech, but we can do it later. We have to
probably not right now. Yeah. I think this is a preemptive intercession. Mighty Miracle brings the hand of God down to pluck the devotee from danger or pluck the danger from the devotee. So yeah, we can have like a shield of light or something around Asia. So Abate faith. This should be no problem with your white shaded.
Don't say that.
Yeah, and actually, this is the best time to level up your faith, because you have to succeed at faith rolls, and you're more likely to do that.
So I think I'm going to spend my persona. Maybe not all of it. I need to keep at least one, probably.
Well, you probably wouldn't even need to. What's the op?
Abate.
Oh, but I suppose you're doing it on your own. So
yeah.
And you'll get some ones probably at least. So.
Yeah, maybe 2. I don't know. I want to spend all of it. I need at least
fate too, right? I mean, it'll only be able to reroll 1 dice probably, but
yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, right on the money. Nice.
Right on the money.
Those all successes.
Is that a challenging?
You got a 1, but you also got a 6.
Yeah.
It is a challenging. Nice.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about having white is you can actually succeed the
challenging ones.
And also, yeah.
I still had to spend 2 persona to do it though.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you need 2 more difficult tests and then you're leveling up your faith.
Just like
that'd be a 7 faith.
Keep
that'd be
rolling
awesome.
Different faith rolls until you fail.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if there's a whole lot else that Theo could do here. That wouldn't be beyond the scope of the time he has.
Yeah, I might want to make at least 1 more faith roll if before the end of the session, because how often you get white shaded faith.
Right, well, I think the white shaded will last. I think all of your shades will last at least through Dellon's speech, whatever in that sequence there. I'll let that last. Otherwise, it was kind of pointless to give it to you, right? There's going to be a bunch of stuff happening in Dellon's speech, but I don't think we're going to get to all of it today. So, I think that sequence will be how far it lasts. That whole exchange there.
I'm gonna buff Dellon with magic before he gives his speech.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
That's cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Do you want me to like go over it or just roll? So it's not very.
If there's nothing in particular you need to say to Dellon, then you can just roll.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. It was like, good luck. Here's magic.
Oh, thanks. Here's Johnny.
Yeah, so go ahead and make the roll. I assume you're doing essential.
I'm gonna do influential and essential. Make 2 separate rolls.
2 separate ones. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You can't fork them into each other then.
I know. I essentials at 7 at this point, so
nice.
We'll be good. And
that's the one you had for forever.
Yeah, and the abilities named and unlocked. So yeah, I literally get 4 for just rolling essential.
Nice,
because I get the orb.
Real quick, while Alfons is adding up those dice and rolling, what does everybody's steel at? I keep meaning to like give you guys upgrades to your steel because like a bunch of things that happen that we haven't tracked. And I was planning on doing it like actually going through the timeline, but I think at this point, especially for what happens next, we probably should just upgrade people's steels.
I mean, I've got 8, so honestly, it probably wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, maybe not.
I would need 3 challenging and 4 difficult, which I mean, I guess we've had some pretty crazy stuff.
Stuff happen.
I need 2 challenging to go to 8.
I mean, can we think of anything like super huge that's happened? Like the gods left. That was a thing.
The gods left. And like we haven't been marking these extra steel tests since the beginning of season 4. Like we've
that's
never
true.
done it. So a whole bunch of stuff has happened. You know what? Let's have everybody just increase their number by 1, and you can keep whatever tests you have already logged.
Sounds good. Thanks.
So Cantarius, you finally upgrade your steel.
Nice.
Sorry,
What-
don't change
what
the
were we doing for
tests,
steel?
Connor. Don't change the tests. Just increase the number by 1.
What did you ask, Jerry?
What are we doing for steel? Sorry, I was calculating my.
Oh, yeah,
dice.
you're
You're
good.
just increasing the number by 1.
Yeah, increase the number by 1 on steel for everybody. But you can keep your whatever tests you have currently on it.
David's gonna get +6 dice from me.
Whew.
That's disgusting.
Cool.
Awesome.
2 for persuasion, 2 for essential, and 2 for influential.
Nice.
Dude, gray shaded magic. I miss gray shaded magic. Great.
I wish I could fight somebody right now and have white shaded sword for a minute, but I guess that's just faith and magic, right? Not,
Yeah, faith and magic.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
What am I rolling steel?
No, you don't need to roll steel. You can just increase the number by 1. Just leave the tests as they are.
Sweet.
So you're almost getting 8 now instead of almost getting 7. Actually, for you, Cantarius, you're literally 1 test away. Just upgrade it to 8.
Are you sure about that?
No, yeah. Cantarius, out of anyone, has gotten so many steel tests that we should have been marking.
Sweet. Okay.
So yeah, mark it up to 8. All right, cool. I'm looking at my notes here and make sure there's nothing else that we need to do before like this happens. Okay, so I do think that as you're getting ready to prepare this, so as a reminder, you're giving this speech over here in the Noble Quarter / the Civic Quarter, whatever it is. And it's on the same platform. I think it's been upgraded to actually you tell me, Dellon, you've been in charge. You and Sergio have been in charge of church things and government things.
Right.
The platform where you guys were going to get executed the first time. Did you do anything with that? Like, I mean, you obviously still need to execute criminals.
Yeah, I assume it's probably the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but that's also where you guys give speeches and stuff.
Oh, that's a little
Yeah.
awkward. Okay.
Or at least there's a similar
assume it's a
place
similar-
nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I think if I remember right, I don't think that like an executioner's block is there all the time. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Because I think they might.
I know that you guys gave. I know that you guys gave your spiel of like we've changed. We're now the Crow Inquisitors back in season 2 on that platform, but that's because you were about to be executed on that platform. So it's possible there's another place. Actually, it's probably more along here, over by this fountain.
Okay.
It's a courtyard over here. There's probably some platform that you can, so that a bunch of people can like get in the courtyard.
Is that the same fountain we killed Winter in?
No, that was over here in the Wharf District. Yeah.
So say this is a really important big plot of land over here, apparently.
No,
But, yeah,
no.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah. So, you tell me, David, what does this look like in terms of like, what would you have tried to get together here? Any details I should know about like the way you set this up? But yeah, it's like a normal, like you get on a platform, there's a bunch of people in the courtyard. I assume you have your like faith people lined up behind you or something.
Yeah, I'm going to cram as many Holy Knights and Faith people up on this stage as we can fit. And then I want to have the bishops nearby if they're available.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
the bishops can come too. Yeah.
So, okay.
Did you tell Sergio about this?
No, probably not.
Okay. I think there needs to be a roll to keep it from Sergio.
I mean, I'm fine if he finds out.
Okay. You just
I don't
care.
want him to be able to try and stop it.
He's not invited.
Yeah. I mean, he'll find out when everyone else finds out, when it's too late to do anything about it.
When David's getting them together, can I roll like a subterfuge roll of some sort to like mislead Sergio about what's going on?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a fun thing for Alfons to be doing behind the scenes here.
Nice.
What would you be trying to do exactly?
Basically, like make up something like the king's going to give a speech or something in the Colosseum about some grandiose.
It's going to be somewhere else entirely.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, he can see this area from his palace. So if he sees a bunch of people getting there, so you could say that the king is going to give a speech or something there.
Yeah.
And just not.
That would be
Dellon, but-
hilarious. Like the king's gonna give a speech. He shows up and Dellon there. He's like, wait.
Yeah. I mean, the
Because
king
that
will
has
be
some
there. It just will. Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be obvious that Dellon's the one giving the speech until he actually stands up there.
Yeah.
But it would be difficult to get him to believe it's somewhere else because he can see the people gathering outside his door. But
I didn't realize we were like right outside his front door.
so here's a question, Alfons. Are you like going to him and telling him this?
Oh no, I was gonna like court gossip stuff to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if we're right there, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm more interested if you go to him and tell him this, because I've been meaning to have a scene between the two of you for a little while now. You fine with that?
I think I'm gonna die.
You could just teleport him away. Go in there and be like, whoop. He's just like,
That's
really
fair,
far away.
yeah.
And just teleport him to a different part of the city.
I'm interested in the idea that maybe Alphonse goes to the noble estates palace area and starts spreading rumors, and then Sergio finds you, maybe.
No,
Unless you wanted to go straight to him. Up to you.
that's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I think the idea could be like you start to do this rumor mill, and he gets wind of it and like seeks you out, has someone go find you, right? So I think maybe it's just like some random servant comes up to like trots up to you and says, "My Lord Tan, the vicar of the great god requests your presence."
Tell him no.
The guy seems awkward about it. He's like, "I'm sorry, my lord. He insists."
Are you gonna like arrest me or?
As far as I'm aware, you're already banished and excommunicated, so I'm not sure
Not much
arresting
you
you
can do
would.
to you, really.
Yeah.
What else there's you can do?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, this isn't about like you being arrested or anything like that. This
Mhm.
is like the guy wants to. And he says, the vicar would simply like to speak with you.
Can I roll? Maybe it might be circles to see if he like just think about any like powerhouses he has left.
Oh, like people.
He has assassins and like
does have-
Inquisition. That's about
I think
it.
you at least know generalities about who he has. He has assassins and inquisitors and stuff.
Yeah, we all of us at this point can take normal assassin, but like, does he have another
Anything beyond that?
Constantino or?
Right. Yeah, you can make a circles test. That makes sense to me. I think let's make it. It'd be sort of difficult given what I know. Let me find this guy.
Okay.
Yeah. How about we do Ob 4?
Okay.
Still
I'm
possible
gonna-
with your gray shades and stuff, but
Well, it's gonna be easy because I got nobility of Ceran affiliation.
Sure.
And noble wise, city wise, and court gossip wise, I'll go into this perfectly.
you could make link tests with those. You can't fork them automatically. I'll make the Ob for any of those 2 if you'd like to try them though. As link tests.
Sure.
So if you get 3 successes, then you get an extra die. If you just get 2, then nothing happens. Yeah, go. Feel free to try any of those. Yep. So 1 die there. Man, how do you have court gossip wise at 5?
I've rolled it a lot
I guess so.
in the past. Yeah.
Okay, so no extra for noble wise unless you want to spend a fate.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I've been court gossip wise using that as a fork a bunch to get it leveled up.
You do not get forks. Forks don't level anything up.
I'm not forks. When
Helps.
I've been helps.
Helps. Yeah.
I
I was
call
worried
them
there
all
for a second.
forks.
You had been.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I haven't been every single fork I use every time.
Can you imagine? Oh. It's like,
I'd be like 8 in everything.
Alphonse, why do you have 10 in everything?
Or I'll just take the +1. That's fine.
All right, cool. Go for it. Op 4.
Miguchi.
Nice. Yeah. So the person you would know more than anyone else, I mean, like he has that Inquisitor still, and whatnot, and he has some assassins, but you also know he has a guy named Liren. It's the guy who stabbed Cantarius way at the beginning.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He ended up getting
guy.
Yeah, he ended up getting like recruited by the church and became a Crow Inquisitor type person. And Sergio has kept him on. So he is really powerful with the intellectual discipline specifically. So you know that guy exists.
Okay.
So I mean,
Can I
if he's there,
Cantarius?
he could trap you or something. Yeah, you could bring Cantarius. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Next to Cantarius. I'm like, okay, let's go. We got something to do before the meeting, and then I teleport away with Cantarius.
He's
If
probably yeah, but I'm not sure. And then
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we see Theo and Dellon like getting ready at the place. Oh, this is so perfect. I love this. Getting ready there, and then Cantarius and Alfons, you guys are stepping up into, and I think it's probably like I don't know if it's just like, is it his private study? Would you be creeped out if it was his private study? Like, would that make you wary? You've met with popes before in this place.
I've been tortured by popes in this place.
You have.
I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's where it is then. It's like this large private study. There's a bunch of bookshelves. There's a fireplace on this big table. Sergio is doing the classic villain thing where he's like sitting behind the table, like, writing something down, and glances up briefly. And yeah, I guess first question would be, Cantarius, do you do any preemptive like aura reading to figure out if there's like anyone in the room or if there's something going on with Sergio?
I already know that Sergio's got some weird stuff going on with him, so I don't need.
You do know that, yeah.
I mean, what would I want to do further?
Alfons probably warns you that Sergio has this guy Liren at his disposal, and you already knew this. Remember, he trapped you in your own mind for a bit there after the exorcism.
Right.
So that would be the only person you would want to watch out for if you wanted to like be like, is that guy here? But if Cantarius wouldn't think to do that, then that's fine too.
Would he have magic now anyway?
Yeah, not everyone lost their magic. It's just anyone who had their magic tied to one of the patron saints.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I missed the question.
Would Cantarius be doing any preemptive aura reading to make sure they're like alone or if they're on any traps or anything?
I mean, now that you've said that,
I mean, yeah. First of all, you use the word trap, so that makes
it would be something that Cantarius would think of. So I just want to make sure that if you have a chance.
Liren is here ish.
Liren is under the employ of Sergio.
I haven't seen. Yeah, I suppose I've been stabbed by him before, so I think it's probably a good idea for me to do aura reading. I just did a whole city of aura reading though. I would have seen him, wouldn't I have?
Yes, but like, it's been a couple hours since then, right? Like you saw him around I think you saw him somewhere.
If he's been possessed since, is that kind of what?
No, it's not that he's actually, was he possessed? Did I might have said that he was possessed.
I actually kind of vaguely remember you mentioning him recently.
Yeah,
and I think that might have been why.
Yeah, that might be, because the thing I was thinking of is just like whether or not he's here is the question that Cantarius would be answering right now. Okay, yes, Liren is possessed by a demon. I was going back through my audio notes from so yeah, Cantarius, you do know that Liren had a demon in him when you did your aura reading last time, and when you saw him, he was in like the noble quarter somewhere, so he could be here, and he could be demon possessed.
Could be here, could be demon possessed.
You'd have to do another aura reading to know for sure, because it's been a couple hours.
What's the knob then?
You could probably just do an ob 4 like you do with trying to suss out a possessed trait, because that would let you know. Nice. Yeah, so wow, so many 6s.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so Lirin is definitely in a side room waiting to pounce, but Sergio is technically alone except for some guards.
I tell Alphons to teleport me behind him so I can stab him in the back.
Oh.
Nice.
Like right now, or like wait for a moment to do it?
Isn't he?
Say again?
He's demon possessed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I tell him to do that right now.
Just right now, as soon as you walk in, Cantarius, like, we see him flick his eyes towards like a side room, and then he just like turns to Alphons.
Yep. Well, I mean, also, in character, Cantarius has no idea why he's here. So if that's gonna mess with Alphonse's plans,
Sure.
He's like, cool, we're here to kill Aaron finally. Been a long time coming.
Oh, right, sure. So, so what does actually Cantarius actually say, and how much of a whisper is it?
Darn. He says, remember in season 1, episode at this timestamp, and then Alphonse catches the hit.
What he actually says is, do you remember
Season 1,
in
episode
Lucerta
16,
when this happened?
minute 42, 13 seconds.
Yeah. Actually, was it in Lucerta?
No, I was in Estel village outside.
Oh, that's actually probably more likely to work.
Yeah, I think he says, man, I think he says, yeah, I mean, he tries to whisper, right? So maybe you want me to roll conspicuous or something? I don't know.
You can do sensory discipline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can roll sensory discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or intellectual. Either of those would work for...
Oh, good point. Yeah, I'll just do intellectual.
Just like implant the image in his mind, like what you want to do.
Yeah, that'll actually be way better, because then he'll just know exactly where to teleport me.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to roll for that?
I'm trying to think of what that would be magic wise. Yeah, I guess probably that probably wouldn't have a chance of failing. That even matters here. So yeah, you can do it.
I mean, I could imprint an image of how badly I have to pee, and it's like instead.
Yeah, that's not interesting. So
you could also roll intellectual to give me a bonus for teleporting you.
That's true. Yeah, give him a clear picture of like where it is in your mind's eye. Say again.
I don't know. I think I would just make the roll possible. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do a link test.
Let's just have you do it.
Okay.
Let's just have Alphonse teleport you. I don't think it's important enough.
I teleport him. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna fail. I've got 6 plus 6. I'd be
right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's interesting enough. Well, okay. Oh, sorry. Your actual teleporting, I think I wouldn't want to roll for.
Okay.
Mainly because Strukio was sensing that there's magic happening, and he might try to stop you here with his weird stuff.
Okay.
So let me. So Cantarius gives you a look, implants this image in your brain, and Alphonse, you just start. The golden petals start appearing, and you just try to teleport away.
Caleb, they're cherry blossoms.
Sorry. Yeah. And let's see here. Trying to decide how, if at all, this is being opposed. Let's just have you make the roll. I don't think Sergio is going to immediately do anything per se, but we'll have you make the roll and see how it goes. And I think, see, it's like arcane action. Yeah, that's an idea. You know what? Let's do this. I think you're gonna roll this against Sergio.
Okay.
So Sergio's gonna do a thing.
Does he have magic?
He
When did he
may.
get magic? Does he have demon magic now? A little rapscallion.
Everybody who works for him has it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, let's see here. What can he fork? I'll set the op for you. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Give him 4. Do 2. Okay, so he has a special form of aura reading now.
Wow.
Your ob is 8. As you do this, you feel him try to block your teleport.
But
Maybe you might wanna give me a buff.
Do that link test. Yeah. Yeah, you can if you want to, since it matters now.
I still have pretty good odds, but
What's the odd?
We can just do it like an advantage, Cantarius. So, like, for you, for intellectual, if I can find this, it would be ob 3 for 1, ob 4 for 2, or I guess, sorry, it would be even higher that because you're doing it against Alfons. So, ob 4 for 1, ob 5 for 2, and ob 6 for 3 dice.
influential is not good for this test. Wow.
Intellectual, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sorry. Say the numbers again.
4, 5, and 6 for 1, 2, or 3 dice.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, it's just harder to do this sort of thing with intellectual discipline.
I'm trying to look at forks, maybe, but I don't really.
If you think you're gonna fail, you don't have to.
I'm either gonna go for 1 or 2, but I'm a nervous boy. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go for 1, just see what happens. Oh,
Hey, perfect.
could have given you 2, but
Oh, that's fine.
better than nothing.
All right, so 1 dice there, Alphonse, and then go and do your thing.
All right, so I get 2 for orb.
Yeah.
2 for it being a named ability. I changed the name. It was formerly Blink, but now it's Bamf because that's a much better name.
Nice.
It's still definitely blank.
That's not what says on my character sheet. But yeah.
That's what it says in my heart.
2 because I'm just gonna fork in essential,
Yeah, you can do that.
and then 1 for continuous.
Mhm.
2, 4, 6, 7, and then 1 for Connor, which makes it 8.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Nice. All right, so he will. Let me check if he has a thing here. He'll at least spend a fate. He has plenty to spare. But let's see if he has any traits or anything. No. Okay. Ooh, wait a second. 1, 2. Oh wait, that's not right. Oh, sorry. Aura reading. Sorry. Aura reading should have been gratiated. I don't know why it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to roll again? Because he has a lot of 3s. Do you want me to do that?
As long as I get to reroll again, just to be fair.
Sure, yeah, we can just redo the whole thing. I don't mind that. Okay. Two. He only got 9 that time. He would have had a much better roll if he had just kept all those 3s that he got.
Yeah. Do I get to, since I'm re-rolling, do I get to spend Persona now?
No.
Okay. Watch me fail now.
Oh,
that's
you
wrong.
didn't add any of your
That's
forks.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a challenging test though.
Ignore.
Is it worth it for the challenging test, Jared?
Mm.
I mean, if
Teleport
Sergio
Connor
catches
into
you,
a
you
wall.
can just. If Sergio stops you, then you can just kill him, and then we'll be fine.
Ooh,
I suck.
Yuck.
I shouldn't have asked to reroll.
you really shouldn't have.
Man.
So many 1s.
Yeah.
Spend a fate.
Wow.
Yeah. I suck.
Oh, that should have been gratiated. That was a 3. You got it.
Okay. I succeed.
Got 9.
Good job.
And he was the aggressor here, so you got it.
Nice.
Let's go.
Oh wait, I haven't spent fate for him yet. I will spend 1.
Gosh darn it.
Nope. No. Oh, that was a 3 too. I forgot to gratiate. Okay, so he did get 1 over you.
Promotions.
Would you like to? Is there anything else you can do, or is that it?
Did you only have 1 fate? You because it's magic.
Yeah.
It's already
Yep.
open ended.
Open shaded.
Yeah. But
Gray ended.
I should have kept the original roll.
You should have. Though I would have, if you had kept the original roll, I think I would have kept the original roll, and it would have been a lot. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and this is like Alfons. You feel Cantarius. You feel this seems very familiar to you, Cantarius, and honestly, probably to Alfons at this point because Cantarius has done this enough times. He has the demon binding.
Great.
Sergio, you see this in the aura read world, right? You see this in the magical realm. Cantarius, Alfons starts to move you, and something goes wrong, right? Like there is like a tendril of like a black spike that kind of goes through his magic and like cancels it out. Here's the question. What do we want this just to be? Cantarius can't, like, he stays there, or does something worse happen? I guess this is Alphonse failing magic. So I guess technically there's usually a fail condition, and usually it is unforeseen consequences. Like it's like something goes wrong. Do we have an idea what that is? Well, yeah, not for Alphonse. Alphonse has like the favored one, which is...
Does margin of failure matter for these, or is it just...
Not for this one, no. It's just kind of unexpected. I don't think it would be like a Cantarius goes through a wall and dies or anything like that,
Mhm.
but
anyone
have an idea?
Being stopped, because it's not like really that he made a mistake. It's he's being stopped. So maybe he just... I mean, normally...
How about we do this? How about we have Cantarius stuck? He can't move... He's like stuck where he is right now. So not only has like he can't move spatially, he can't move spatially at all. He's just stuck for a while, anchored there.
Okay, nice.
So Cantarius, you feel yourself start to be lifted by this magic, right? You feel yourself start to phase out, and then suddenly you solidify again, and you're anchored to the floor. I think we even maybe see like the stone around you crack as you're just like suddenly the gravity, like you feel this overbearing weight on you. And Sergio's eyes are glowing like a weird, I guess it would be black now. I think they used to be white. But yeah, his like dark shadowed eyes as he kind of anchors you in place. And Lyrna's going to come out in a second here, but Sergio turns to you, Alphons, and says, "What is the meaning of this?"
I'm just responding to your summons, uncle.
By attempting to kill my bodyguard?
Okay, hold up. Sergio was there. Sergio fought there, and Sergio knows the beef that we have with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Which cleaning up a loose end. He's a heretic.
Also, well, you never actually did that, right? You didn't get
Did
to
what?
that part. You were gonna try and teleport
You
behind him.
get a
and
new
kill him.
bodyguard. I hate
Yeah,
this guy.
for whatever reason, it seems like Sergio was able to read the direction of the teleportation.
Oh, okay. I was like, they didn't actually do anything. So
Sergio's mind has been opened to all of the threads that tie all magic together, and he can, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, never would I have imagined my uncle hiring the service of a heretic. I thought he was here for you. Hiding in that side room.
Do you want to make a falsehood for me? Like, I don't think this would normally convince Sergio, but like, you're really good at lying.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think mainly this would like, he would maybe wouldn't believe it really, but he would at least hesitate enough.
Bullcrap wise.
Sure, yeah.
Noble wise. He's a noble.
Mhm.
I don't think persuasion necessarily fits in here.
No. It's gonna be Ob 8.
Wait, hold on.
What? He has an 8
Kind of a side
will?
question.
He has a 7 will, and he has a belief against this.
Okay. That's an impossible roll for me.
Can Alfons teleport things to him?
Yeah.
So, why haven't we tried to teleport the artifacts?
Because it's really hard to do when you don't have line of sight and through a long distance.
Well, if we
Unlikely.
get a line of sight, why don't we just teleport? Like,
You could try to do
boom.
something like that. Yeah.
True.
that would be the like literally. I feel like that's going to end up being our way to go.
We
just
technically
need to know
already
where
did
they
that.
are.
That's how I got my orb.
That's
So
true.
is that
That's how we got the orb in the
teleport?
first place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
Adam's
you
over there
get the
like-
orb by having it shattered into your chest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I teleported it to me, and as I escaped, they shot an arrow into it, and then it
Oh,
exploded
right.
inside of me.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
I mean, hey,
I'm like, wait a second, guys, plot hole.
may as well
It's
get
not a
the,
plot hole.
But still, like that would be like really, we just
It's a
gotta
good
like
idea.
find where they are,
Yep.
and you could like
Yeah.
teleport.
I failed.
Yeah.
We just have to double down on the teleportation.
Yeah, so
like fighting,
Alphonse-
killing everybody and taking it from them.
Yeah. Alfons, so you failed this. Sergio basically just says,
I mean,
Let's
it was
celebrate
more of
games.
a dig at him than like actually trying to persuade him.
Like, I
So the
never
thing-
believed that you would do this.
the thing that happened because you failed the thing is he kind of snaps a little bit. He's like, he says, Alfons, I'm a heretic. I don't believe in this God anymore. I don't know how long. It's been a while since I have. The only thing I know now is order. I have to make sure that everything fits. The world is made of pieces, and only I know how they fit together. And I think he says, there's one piece that is wrong, and he looks directly at you.
Uh-oh.
There's one piece that does not belong, and it's a piece I need. And then we feel him reach out, and he tries to sever your connection with the orb with his new binding magic.
Oh. Okay.
And let me see if we can do this.
Is there a way that Alphonse can increase the obstacle?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You can't like crank the orb up and make it harder.
I'm not sure.
Can I
what he would-
roll an essential, like to
Yeah.
like what am I?
You could
what
like
am I-
fortify your constitution and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
keep it in your chest. Yeah, something like that.
All right, I'm going for a +3 to the ob.
Yeah, sure. You can do a hinder. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, that
Mhm.
makes sense. I forgot that you could do that.
So I think for this, it's going to be, so you can do, it's ob 5 if you want to do +3 ob.
What is the ob he's going to be rolling against?
That's what I'm trying to figure
Oh.
out currently.
And is he going to have like 32 dice again?
Yeah, probably.
Also, we should like during the middle of this cut to the speech and have like both of them going on.
Oh, I was also thinking, since we said we were going to end at 11, if we wanted, before we want to do the speech, if I made a roll for like divine inspiration of like who the target is, and like we end with like finding out who the target is.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I mean,
And we're like,
yeah.
oh no, like it's like Alphons. Obviously, Alfons and Cantarius are like separated now, and they're not in this like group of a bunch of people. And or like Dellon's the target, and he's about to give a speech, and I'm like, oh no, because he's like coming, probably gonna be here,
Yeah.
in probably a matter of minutes or maybe an hour at most, because he's in the city. I'm sure it won't take him like a long time to just. He's like he's a god, so he can just be like, hey, he's probably over there.
Right.
Okay, so real quick, is this the finale?
This isn't the finale now.
We've only got like 16 minutes, so it can't be the finale.
No, I know it's not like the finale episode, but I mean, like, is this the finale where Theo and Dellon, the two holy powered people fighting against a literal demon possessed god, and Alphons and I?
Oh, he hasn't gotten there yet.
That'd be pretty dope. You gotta say.
I mean, yeah, like it's definitely going to be involved. I don't know if you are actually going to like kill either of those people, right? Like maybe. We'll see.
We kind of have to get the orbs and
There's still
figure out the whole
Faustus and
thing.
stuff.
I think that's the only way to actually stop this dude. We're gonna have to like avoid him.
Okay, so I'm thinking this is going to be an I don't know, 8. What do we think? How hard is it to rip this out of Alphonse's chest?
I imagine it has to be pretty hard because we're setting a precedent for the ability to just arbitrarily cut people off. And so I assume it has to be hard, or something that if they're strong, they can resist, so that it's harder.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 8,
one of the two.
I could do that pretty regularly with magic.
Well, you can't do it. Only Sergio can do this.
Right. It's the binding magic, which is like the demon stuff. But I just mean that like the demons could just walk around and chop everybody's magic off if it's too low. Or if being strong doesn't change it.
You're saying that Sergio is more powerful than the one true god. And that's
no, he's trying to sever your connection from the orb, not from God.
Yeah, not from God. Yeah, I think we'll say Ab 8. You can make your roll, Alphonse, and you can increase by 3 if you want to.
Cool beans.
I guess is a good point. But I guess doesn't mean the same thing.
Do you think all 3 of my things would fork into that, like spatial, influential, and continuous? Just like
yeah, I think so.
Blasting them.
Maybe not influential, but the other 2, yeah.
Well, I'm influencing to not do it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That'd be like a separate roll.
Gotcha.
But yeah, spatial and continuous makes sense.
6.
Go for it.
Ob
5.
I make it like an ob 6 to get another one to get 4. No. Okay.
Nice.
I can get a single 6.
You put it at ob 6 for some reason, and you still didn't.
You got a lot of ones.
You just got a routine.
That's gray shaded right now, so
yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you give him so this is an ob 11 for him. Okay, let's make this roll. See how it goes.
Hey, Connor, can you hinder him? Is that a thing you can?
He can't. He's literally unable to do anything right now because he's been anchored.
Oh, okay.
His brain works all right.
Yeah, Connor. I think I made a mistake.
I don't think you can do magic though.
I made him
because it's a physical and magical anchoring happening.
Okay, sure.
What were you saying, Jared?
I think I made an stinky coming here.
Yeah.
He wanted you to come there.
I brought you.
He like baited you into coming.
I've literally had in my notes for a long time now, Sergio wanting to get Alphons alone so he can do this, and then it just walked right into my lap.
Oh, this is easy. He just teleported right in front of me.
It's a thing I've been wanting to do too, having like one final confrontation to try and like save his soul.
Woo, doggy! Look at that.
Caleb,
there you go. Yeah,
I'm the defender.
But he got. He tied the
tie.
No.
It's not
so you're not. It's not a versus test. You just added obstacle. Yeah. So he succeeded.
That's dookie.
You didn't get any 6s on it either.
So yeah, this is what we see. We see Cantarius is like stuck.
And I think we see Liren like start to step out from wherever he was hiding, and he's like, has a shank in his hand. He's looking at Cantarius. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this dude," and then
stab him in the back again.
Yeah, exactly. Sergio, kind of just like it almost looks like bending, right? Like he kind of like makes this like motion like this, and then suddenly Alfons, his eyes are still going like dark, shadowy black, and Alfons, you feel this ripping from your chest, and I mean, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I think you take a wound of some sort here.
Should I roll a health test to see if I take a wound?
I think you take a wound no matter what, but I guess we can make a health test. Yeah, you know what? Make a graduated health test, and we'll see how high you get, and that'll determine what the wound is.
It's a graduated health test.
You just add one, and then it's just depending on how many successes you get.
Am I able to bolster health with essential? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but I don't think you have time to do it right now.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh.
Okay.
I got 2 6s.
You want to roll that again? Yeah, go for it. You can do 3 dice if you spend 2 fate
as well.
4. That's not bad.
4's not bad. I think in midi wound.
Is that
so? 2 dice.
Oofda.
2 dice off right now from everything until you get patched up.
So it's okay. Let's clarify. It's still in me. I just can't like.
No, it literally rips from your chest.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't have telekinesis though.
He's just severing the bond.
He's just severing the bond. He's not like pulling it to him.
I don't think it's a matter of telekinesis. It's more a matter of like.
I mean, he doesn't have any physical way to manifest.
You're right. He would just take out a scalpel at that point and just try to cut you open. I see. Yeah. So yeah, it still happens. You get this horrible wound. Like if you feel it, like it not only does it cut off, because part of this is right, like a Tony Stark thing, right? Like you being able to function normally with this in you is because it's magical.
Yeah, but as soon as there's an orb in your chest.
As soon as that happens, it's suddenly your body's like, "What's happening? Why is this in our chest? Like we're dying, right?" And so Alfons, you just sort of, it feels like the worst. Like I don't know if you ever Alfons has ever experienced like a heart attack or whatever, but that's what it is, right? It's like you go into cardiac arrest, you just like fall to your knees. Make a steel test, Alfons.
Can I oppose this?
Right now, you are anchored. I think, yeah. I'll give you a chance to fight back in a second here, but Alfons, I think, make a steel test first.
Hey, Alfons, if you survive, remember this trick. We'll just use this on people and then kill them. You just anchor people to the floor and we shank them until they're dead.
Yikes. Yeah, so you at least hesitate enough. What do you say, Connor?
I did remember how this failure tasted like.
Alfons, you
failed to spatial discipline me, and you anchored me to the floor. You gotta remember how you messed that up.
Yeah, I didn't mess it up. Trevor just stopped it.
I think what happens is this. This is what we see, and then we'll cut back to Dellon and Theo for the one last thing, right? We see Alfons. It's just like he has to. Actually, Alfons, you get to choose. What do you do? Run screaming, fall over. You know what? I don't think run screaming is an option here. Like
I jump out the window.
I don't think that works. Like I think I'm gonna choose this for you. I think you just like fall over, like you fall prone, because like Alfons is literally having like a heart attack right now.
Yeah.
So I think you fall over, and we see Liren right behind you both, and we're all expecting him to like shank Cantarius, but instead he steps over and he shanks Alfons.
Oh man!
And I think like, let's see, what do you have dice in things?
In what?
What?
Ooh, 3. A 3 is your lowest.
Your stats.
Go ahead and have him roll against my superior quality plate.
I don't think he really needs to. He just steps up and like you can't do anything, right? He's just like,
well, does he take my armor off?
No, he just like right through the armpit. Right? You can do. There's all sorts of places if he just has like a moment to like stab you.
Mm-hmm.
If he just like sticks his hand in your chest.
I just like we could roll, but I just don't see a reason. He just needs to get 1 die of wound on you and you go down. He's just trying to make you unconscious. So I'll give you a light wound. I won't make it worse, right? I'll just say like he stabs you and you go out. But it's just
Actually, no, it probably should be a midi wound because light wound you can recover from pretty quickly. And we don't want. I don't think he would wake up during the middle of this.
Yeah.
Are we okay with just
Well, he'd
giving
still
Alfons
have
a
the
midi
midi
wound?
wound regardless, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I
What
could
I'm
also
saying is,
sp-
if
I
he
spend
got a light wound-
persona
to do what?
to redirect the narrative.
That's only if you're gonna die,
yeah.
I think, right? That's for mortal wounds, I think.
So it's not. I think it's
Is it?
vague enough.
Oh, I thought it was literally like if you take a mortal wound, you can do this and not take a mortal wound.
It does
or-
not say that explicitly.
Oh, okay, maybe that's
Um,
just how I've.
It's more vague. I'll read it. It is.
If that's the case, you should have done this when he screwed up your teleport.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably. But
Well, I didn't think about it until that. And I usually only like attributed that to like if you're going out of combat,
Yeah, I thought it was
or, like
only if
going
you were
down for the
dying.
count.
Yeah.
I thought it was if you're just like down for the count, you could use it.
Yeah, the
Oh,
rule is
maybe.
if a character has just failed the test and gotten himself into deep trouble, certain
Wow,
death
that's-
captured, or something similarly horrible.
What?
Dude,
Yeah.
what?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm okay. We're
Oh,
dude.
so many
I'm
times.
reversing that aura reading. Then what are we talking about?
I mean, we've already moved past it. Like so many things have happened. But it makes sense to
Oh, man.
do it now.
Okay, I mean, I guess the
The
steal.
game maker has spoken.
Yeah, I undo the steal. I guess.
Okay, so then what has to happen here is you don't fail the steal test, but something else, like you get put into another situation that's just as bad that you would then have to make a roll to get out of. Is the way that works.
I was
So-
thinking that maybe they could see the giant pool of holy light on the thing out the window, on the platform out the window as like Dellon starts his speech, and maybe
Mhm.
that redirects it. Because obviously the whole point of him coming here was to keep him from interrupting the speech. And so now he has to, I don't know, work
I
harder,
don't think
guess,
so.
at
I don't think
that or
Sergio
something.
cares. To be honest, at this
Oh,
point,
he wouldn't stop it? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Even if he
Um,
senses like a big burst of holy energy from the one true
No.
God.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a literal pool of holy fire.
I
that
mean,
doesn't
if he
bother
was
him
gonna
at all.
do anything about that, he would have done it when you did the faith roll in the first place, right?
Well, he tried, didn't he? He sent.
Well, that was when we were
No,
trying
that
to
was
revive people.
that was a while ago. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, all right.
And Constantino did it on his own. So here's the thought. Alphons, do you want to do your suggestion earlier where you just run and jump out the window?
And just leave Cantarius.
Well,
He'd probably suffer a wound from jumping out a window, right?
Well, I mean, I can just teleport once I'm out.
yeah, you'd have to make a roll to not die. Yeah. To not fall to his death.
Oh, I just meant like the glass, but yeah, that too.
Well, I mean, he's wearing full plate mail armor. I don't think glass would be an issue.
No, probably not.
True.
What if the glass went in your armpit?
Yeah, that was good there, Connor.
Like,
I got that reference.
Any other thoughts?
Every once in a while, I say something legitimately funny instead of just like bad funny. On there, because you expect bad funny, and you're like, "Oh, that was actually funny." So it's
I
fun.
need to stay long enough to roll a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just roll an intimidation.
Yeah, but like what we need right now is like Alphons has to deal with something
Yes,
else
of having
bad.
Something bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the
Yeah.
guards come into the room.
I think you're already in plenty of danger. I don't think that counts.
Yeah. The assassin shows up.
No, he's not showing up here.
Uh-oh.
uh,
Someone smarter than me come up with something.
Yeah, I know. I'm struggling to
Yeah,
think
I
of
don't
something
know.
here.
And a demon could show up.
it did. That's the whole
The
problem.
oth-
Yeah, I mean,
other
Lyran
one.
has a demon, right? Like,
Yeah, but
They both do, don't they? Isn't that the
So
problem?
again, the way this works is Alphons failed the steal test. He's using his persona to not fail the steal test. He then has to
Yeah.
he has to make another roll here. That's a different problem he has to overcome to be able to act. Right? To be able to do what he wants. It's
Well,
not
just,
that
it's like out of the frying pan into the fire, right? It doesn't actually
Yes.
have to be something that immediately requires a roll, does it? I mean, I assume it'll
kind
eventually
of,
require a roll.
like the example
right?
it gives is about to be stepped on by a troll, and now you're actually like hanging off a cliff, and the troll is above you on the cliff, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
but I mean, that's
there's
not
obviously
itself a roll, right? Like,
Well, I mean, if he
there would
wants to do
obviously
anything.
be-
Connor
Right.
Connor breaks out of or Cantarius breaks out of his thing and gets stabbed instead of.
That's terrible.
That's the problem.
I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Because I think the idea here would be like you didn't fail your seal test, and so maybe I don't know, maybe it's Liren moves.
Then.
Say again.
Orb falls out of his chest.
Maybe there's like a magical feedback to having to be cut off.
It's still contained because it's inside my armor.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Anything that happens to the orb means much worse things happening to him. But maybe there's like a magical feedback, not like an explosion, because again, that would just kill him. But like, all the magical stuff in the area freaks out or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's an explosion in general, not like in his body.
Yeah. I guess, I mean,
we've
done this like 5 times now, but I guess you could be like, you lose your magic temporarily as the magic feedback, as the orb. So you can turn and face Liren, but you don't have magic to do so with.
Yeah.
Maybe they all just start teleporting randomly, super fast everywhere.
Well, because I think the idea here is he still has to face Liren. Liren is still the problem, right?
Right.
He can
teleport, but he can't control it. He'll just randomly teleport places.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You start wild searching.
He can't control it anymore. He'll just teleport someplace randomly. He'll be like, gone.
What were we saying?
How about he teleports naked? Like he doesn't have his armor anymore. Like
here's a question, Jared. What about this? We do something like that where basically you can sense that your magic is going awry, and if you use it, it will not act like you want it to. But you've succeeded your steel test and are facing Liren now.
Well, okay, succeeded the field test. Yes, yeah, that last part. But then it have him roll on the table of wild magic from the
Caleb, literally bring up the D&D table of wild magic. Literally.
Do you want me to do that?
Do it right now. Right now.
Gas fireball on yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Wild magic.
Oh boy, we're back in Icewind Dale effect.
Yeah. Darn that sword! You kill Cantarius with a fireball.
Yeah. Obviously, some of the things probably won't make sense given what he can do with magic, but then you just reroll. There's a lot of.
York is just freaking out, so like it can be something unusual.
Okay, this is the one that happens. For the next minute, you can pass through any solid non-magical wall that is 6 or fewer inches thick. You just become immaterial, Alfons.
Just fall through the floor.
Can Liren not attack me then?
I think so, but you can't really do anything. Let's just do this. I'm not going to do that exactly, but let's say you become immaterial, basically, right? Like you're starting to phase in and out of existence with spatial discipline because things are going wonky, and so he goes to shank you, and suddenly
we literally just attack each other, and I go through him, and he goes through me.
yeah. And there's a moment of that, and then I don't know what happens after that.
I mean,
does that fix?
What would you do next?
Well, if we're all unable to attack each other, he'd probably try to do like one final desperate like plea to his old uncle.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
But I think we should cut to the speech since they're happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Yeah. I know. I think it makes sense for just real quick. To frame all this ending. There still has to be a failure thing is the issue of Alfons, right? Like there still has to be something you have to overcome. So I think maybe what happens here is you can't affect anything. You're immaterial, which means you can't speak either. I think like you just like you're not interacting with the physical world in the right way. So if you would like to like speak with Sergio and do anything, you'll have to like roll to get your physical form back with like spatial discipline. But we can do that next time, right? Like we can.
Okay.
So we see, I think maybe we just get the shot of him stabbing you.
And Cantarius is like, the one time.
I think we see Liren shank you, but it goes through, and then, but we don't see, like that's where we hard cut the episode. So we as players know that that's what's going to happen, but we just get that shot of like him being shanked, and then.
We get the like complete utter bullcrap fake out where it's like the end of the episode ends with, Alfons getting stabbed, and the very next opening is like previously on Alfons got stabbed, but he didn't
get stabbed.
Psych. Yeah.
All right, so I think we can do speech next time. Did Theo, you wanted to make a faith roll to just be like, who is it targeting?
Yeah.
Real quickly, just make that roll really quick because I think that'll be a good thing to end on, and then we'll get out of here.
Unless I fail, I suppose.
So Ob 7, faith test, go.
Jeez.
Ob 7. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You got an answer to a question.
Can I get any help from Asia? Just one.
Yeah,
dice.
that's fine. You can two helping dice from Asia.
Okay. Probably gonna fail anyways, so. Ooh.
Oh no, so
Close,
close.
though.
Spend a
You
fate.
could-
One
yeah,
fate
You could flip it.
for a 50% chance.
I can only spend one.
It's
Yeah,
much
only-
more
only
than
one.
50%. There's a
Oh, yeah, that's
you
true.
wanna-
Yeah, it's white shaded.
It's white shaded.
Yeah, it's still white shaded, remember? So
Oh, it's white. Okay.
As long
almost
as you get a 2,
impossible
you're
you
good.
fail here.
one
You
out of
actually
6.
got a lot of ones. That's sad.
Nice.
There we
There you
go.
go.
You got 6 too. Look
You
at
got
that.
another 6. Amazing. Yeah, so Theo, you can definitely tell that there are several targets that the assassin is going after. He's but basically, like it's a clearer answer to the question. It's the order. Anyone with the
Okay.
order. So the two people, and we see you out of the corner of your eye, Theo. You see Jarek and Gerwin, right? Like who are kind of like standing next to the platform while Dellon's about to give his speech. So he's like, their targets. H.E. is a target. Min's a target. Like those are the people he's been sent to murder. So yeah, H.E. You protecting H.E. was a good idea for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we close on that. We get a shot of Dellon, and he's about to like start his speech, and then we just cut there. And I think let's do this too. Let's keep exactly what happened with Alfons vague until next time. If I think of a better idea for what could have happened there, except for him going immaterial, we can, slot that in. We can talk about it in between sessions. Just as we can get the best possible answer to this question. We kind of frantically were like, the random thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our thing. Get out of here. I'll do it for Connor since he stepped away. This world is more than blood and gold. I will increase my skill in the intellectual discipline. I mean, he made rolls towards the intellectual discipline, so you can get a fate for that at least. So one fate. He will protect his friends from this new threat. He's trying to help Alfons here with what they're dealing with, so I'll give him a fate for that. Demon Hunter, he is not able to find the demon's weak spot yet, so he hasn't worked on that, so just 2 fate there. Let's see. Demons.
I
Anything
think you should
for
get fate for
Yeah.
something for getting caught up in this mess where he's frozen. And this is just a bad situation for him, and I feel like there's got to be something
but
he gets.
he didn't choose to do it, right? Like Alphonse literally just kidnapped him.
Yeah, but he didn't like roll to stop him either. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Does he have anything about trusting his friends or anything?
He has always offered forgiveness for those who repent
Yeah, I don't.
as
I
an
don't-
instinct.
I mean, I guess he did recently sort of repent. I don't know. I'm not sure that feels like a stretch.
No, I don't
but
think so.
He doesn't have anything else about like
Not really,
trusting
no.
his- No. Okay.
He has, I will protect my friends from this new threat, but I just gave him a fate point for that. So,
All right.
any humor from Cantarius?
He just said something really funny, but I don't think it was in character.
Yeah, I think it was out of character.
What about when he looked at Gorath? Gorath gave him a look, and he
Made
gave
bedroom
him
eyes at him.
what?
It made
I mean,
bedroom eyes at him.
Did we all laugh at that? I don't know if we did.
I laughed. I don't know. Wait. Was the thing that he said? No, it wasn't in character. Damn.
No.
Yeah, I made a joke about keeping it PG. I don't know if that was, but yeah.
I'll give him a persona for embodiment. The whole scene where he goes up and helps Theo with his
that was
determination
cool.
and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and talking to Gorath.
Yeah.
So I think 2 fate and 1
Sweet.
persona for Connor. Actually, I can probably give him another persona because it's also mold breaker. Both of those things were relevant there.
Yeah, because he didn't basically take the power. Did
Yeah,
he?
exactly. He specifically chose not to take the power. Yeah.
True, yeah.
All right, Dellon, what do you got?
Let's see. Ensure the Holy Knighthood joins the reform.
You did it.
Did that. Yay. Woohoo. Determine where our sister's been taken. Didn't do that. Beseech the great God to lend us the strength to defeat all of our gathered foes.
You did it, persona.
I mean, I helped do that. But yeah, sure.
Yay.
Destroy all the evils that are converging upon us. Obviously, I've been working on that, but I haven't done anything specific for that.
Yeah, have you made any rules specifically towards that?
I mean, he kind of
towards-
sees this as like getting the power they need to do it, but it hasn't really like made any overt moves against them. So
Yeah, I think we'll leave off on that one.
let me
persona.
get rid of- let's see.
Any humor, right skill, right time, embodiment, mold breaker for Dellon that we can think of?
At command, that's a little bit obscure. I don't use it very often. I don't know if that counts.
Sure. Yeah. You commanded the Holy Knights to do the thing.
Cool. Is that fate?
Yeah, it's fate.
I don't think I said anything funny.
Yeah, and I don't think there were any. You haven't given the big speech yet, so no embodiment.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Alfons. You convinced the king to take action against Sergio, persona.
That was a pretty funny conversation. You get humor.
That
for
was
that,
good.
for sure.
Yeah, you can get fate point for that too.
I think he should. I mean,
You're not doing anything with the assassin. And you did get magic, but you didn't actually make a roll. I'll give you a fate point for that, but I don't think you can get persona for it. You didn't really do anything. It just happened to you.
I'm muted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, my bad. I was talking the whole time. I thought
persona.
it was either if it was a roll or if it was like a big like character defining changing thing.
Yeah, but that would be not for the belief, but for like embodiment or something, right?
Okay.
But I think we got that last time anyway.
Gotcha.
Right, like most of that stuff happened last time. We just got the wrappings up of it this time. So yeah, persona for that first belief, fate for the third belief. I'll give you a fate for always find a reason to use my powers. Right, like
Yeah.
that whole session was just that. Right, okay. Making everything more awkward because you are just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And did anything come like any? Is there any reason bits wise that you went to go see Sergio?
Yeah. I mean, for this session, it was a lot of stopping him from messing with the speech, and like for Alfons, it was. I mean, I think I've said it a few times. He's wanted to like get one final chance at like redeeming him.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Which that seems kind of like a mold breaker. I don't know. He's kind of like, this really seems like a selfish guy, and he's like, no, I still actually want to save Sergio if possible.
Yeah, it was just especially interesting considering you just recently had sort of your own moment for that. So I think that's kind of cool.
I mean, I think I'm on the verge of a deeds point with the whole becoming a Christian fantasy.
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much. Yeah.
Fantasy Christian. Yeah.
Yeah. I will give you fate point for it just might work. Like, I think that's part of this. Like, this is a crazy idea. I'm gonna go to Sergio.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have any like instinct or belief or trait or whatever towards like forgiving, like, or trying to give Sergio a second chance. So I think it just might work is probably the best option for that.
Yeah. I didn't think this was gonna happen this session. Otherwise, I would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it though. Unless, oh wait, sorry, humor. Yeah, we gave you that. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten the embodiment moment yet between you and Sergio, so nothing there. I don't think. All right, Theo. Oh, hey, did you mark that difficult faith test?
Yeah.
That you succeeded on? Nice.
Yep. I only need one more difficult.
Noise.
Transcend the sainthood, protect those ones I love, strengthen my faith, which, I mean, does that have to be level up? I mean, I did increase it.
Did you actually increase it from like you?
Well,
you
no, I didn't like go up a level.
Dellon did. You can get a fate point then. Every time you increase it, like an actual level, then you get a persona for it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Because he has his belief about basically making his faith better.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
A Dellon showing those affected by God's absence the light.
You did that.
I mean,
that was persona. Yeah.
That counted. It wasn't the speech.
That was the whole. No. Yeah. It was the whole like get
Get everyone's
connection back. Yeah.
Um,
And then, hey, yeah, you did determine who the assassin's target is, so you can take a persona for that, and then just keep the rest of that, right? Defend them.
yeah. And then never to give a chance of power. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was a chance. It just happened to. It just happened.
Yeah, I don't think any of your instincts got you into trouble or anything like that.
No, not really.
Let's see, trade.
Can I be MVP persona?
Oh, that'll be at the end of an arc.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That was a crucial element of success.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the arc, you'll get it.
I feel like we still need, like, we're going to end up being like another season or something. Just to get up those loose ends. Cause it's like, we have some other stuff, but we have all, this is like the season where we get all the information of like, okay, well, this is exactly what we need to do. Let's do it. Like, boom, we know.
I mean,
what day,
to be fair,
the day of reckoning.
I think next session is gonna like blow the top off of this entire campaign. I think things are gonna get really crazy really fast.
It feels like
I just feel like there's so much we have to do in order to get the keys and actually succeed. So everything's just gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels to me like everything's converging pretty fast. I don't know. For me, it felt like we're getting pretty close. But also, there's a lot of epilogue stuff I think that we could do. Like you're saying,
well, like,
I think
Faustus still has the keys.
For sure. You'll have to do that. Yes, that'll be a longer sequence. I think we're in the penultimate climax here, right? This is a confrontation with Sergio, Dellon, like dealing with all the church stuff. That's happening now. And then after that's all resolved, then we move into Faustus, save the world, right?
Okay. Yeah, we're like right before that.
Yeah, we're in the penultimate climax. Yeah, we're wrapping up some of the long running plots, but not all of them yet.
Right.
Yeah. Well, cool. That went really well, given that I was pretty scatterbrained about the session before we started. So, definitely gave us some good direction. I'm excited for next time. I have a whole big thing planned with the speech, and now that Alfons is with Sergio, we should talk about that a little bit more, Jared, between this session and next session, and see if we can come up with something even better than like you turning immaterial or whatever, for how that went down in your persona and whatnot. I definitely want to give you a chance to talk to Sergio. That sounds awesome. But I want to see if we can set it up even better than we did, so we can figure that out. Okie dokie. This has been Crow Inquisitors. Go and call it there. Thanks for playing, guys. We're out.